Mexicans.
That sucks.
Lesbians.
I like that in a woman.
And every other kind of people.
I love paying for sex.
This moral decay weakens our resistance to
Dude.
the onslaught of the communist masters of deceit.
We're a bunch of scumbags.
These abnormalities are corrupting the minds and the hearts of our children.
Jackass. And yeah, we're back. Where have you been?
It's depressing and horrendous. It's awful.
A bunch of idiots.
Perversion for profit.
Here it comes! Here it comes!
The Opie and Anthony program.
El virus.
The Opie and Anthony.
God, that irritates me.
It's just like somebody took a bath to my brain.
We're the only radio show that makes you want to hate us.
Opie.
I want my coffee.
Anthony.
I want that fact.
Jim Norton.
I want Ozzy.
We are going to dumb this thing down to the point that we're going to be #1 with Down syndrome children.
Hysterical.
The Opie and Anthony Show.
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
Come on, everybody! Wake up! Rise and shine! How stupid can one person be?
Stupid! You're so stupid!
I meant to do that.
Hey, I'm abroad, but, you know.
Okay, terrific.
Meanwhile, back at the show.
Yes. What? Meanwhile. Oops. That kind of makes it if we just go back to the show now. I think we got to start the show with the banana phone. I have a banana. It's someone's birthday out there, and you're a trucker, I think. Yeah. And your wife thought this would be a great birthday present for you today. I wish I had the actual name. So if this makes sense to you, this is for you.
Ring, 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 banana phone. Ring, 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 banana phone. I've got this feeling so appealing for us to get together and sing, sing. Ring, 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 banana phone. Ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding, banana phone. It grows in bunches. I've got my hunches. It's the best, beats the rest. Cellular, modular, interactive, modular. Ring, 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 banana phone. Ping pong, ping pong, ping pong, ping, banana phone. It's no baloney, it ain't a phony. My cellular, bananular phone.
Happy birthday, whoever you are. I was reading an email about, I don't know. What a great gift. 5 in the morning, and I meant to write down the guy's name and his wife's name. It was like a special request. That's all the guy wanted.
And now a birthday request.
It would have been cool if I could say, happy birthday to, John.
How am I supposed to come out of an up-tempo goddamn banana number into a goddamn birthday dedication? Where are those pictures I was supposed to see?
I'm sorry, I'm such a tool. I roll out of bed, jump right online, and start reading email while the coffee's brewing. Oh, and I should
doing too much.
I should have had a little notepad so I could make little notes.
You are doing too much.
And I'm thinking to myself, well, you know what? I'll remember the guy's name. And as soon as I left the house, who was that guy again? I don't remember anything.
I'm out of the house in 15 minutes. From the time I wake up and get out of bed to the time I'm pulling out of my driveway, it is 15 minutes. I don't want to do anything else but the essentials. Oh, a water main break somewhere?
I love doing morning radio because there's a bunch of things that happen every morning. Sorry, Anthony.
You never know about.
There's always the video of the day now, I've noticed. This is the type of things you don't notice when you sleep late and do an afternoon show.
Yep.
I had no idea. Every morning they have a video of the day. Today it's some stupid thing in San Diego, a fire hydrant.
A hydrant break.
It looked like there was a guy with a raincoat on trying to turn the thing off.
He was standing in a geyser. We had our own big news here in New York City this morning. Probably made national, I'm sure, especially when it first happened and they didn't know what was going on. Explosion in Midtown! Explosion in Midtown! 10-10 wins. Exclusive coverage. Explosion in Midtown. We have no reports yet of injuries or potential deaths, but we're hoping. Explosion. An explosion ripped through Midtown this morning. Oh,
shut up.
And then they do a little digging. Not much, just a tad, and then they go, really not that big a deal.
Some drunk asshole coming home from the bar decided to be cute.
Have a little fun. And put a couple of things in a planter. What they did, here's the story I heard on Wins. And it was John Montone on the scene, so it had to be true. And regardless of what the TV news is saying,
he's
right there.
I got to interrupt you. This John Montone, man, he's a fixture in news radio here in New York City.
John Montone.
For 1010 Wins, which is the greatest radio station in America. Or at least they tell us that. I don't know.
They tell us that every 2 minutes.
Yeah, sure. I can't take John Montone seriously because he's the same guy that goes down to Coney Island when it's 100 degrees out and interviews people eating ice cream.
Yeah. Eating ice cream on the boardwalk here at Coney Island. I'm John Montone. He's that guy, And plenty of hot dogs are out today on Coney Island. John Montone, 1010 Wins.
He does the special interest pieces for 1010 Wins usually.
Yeah.
He's in Central Park interviewing tanners.
Yeah.
Basically asking them if they skipped work because it's 80 degrees out.
Yeah, well, it was a good day, so I decided to come down to the park and get a tan. A good day indeed to get a tan. I'm John Montone. Like he adds nothing.
So I just want to give that background. And now you're listening to him tell you some serious news this morning?
He must have been doing something else down there, He must have been, I'm here counting manhole covers on 3rd Avenue. And, an explosion, real news. Oh, here's my chance.
Oh, my God, I'm in the shit.
Yes, I'm in the shit.
This is his big moment.
That's his big moment, his moment to shine. All right, John, you're the only man on the scene. Go.
He's probably like, but I can't do it. I can't do it. God damn it, you can do it.
And people were blown away by this explosion. I'm John Montone. Don't make it fun, idiot.
Yeah.
You're supposed to scare people now.
Get a hold of yourself.
That's your job. Scare people.
What's the matter with you?
So he told me. He informed me through 1010 Wins that it was a and here's what I heard from him. One fake grenade. It's one of those grenades that you see on your boss's desk where it says, complaint department, take a number, and the number is on the pin to the grenade. Ha, ha, ha! If I take that, I'll be pulling the pin and blowing myself up, boss. But I have a complaint. What am I to do? Novelty item.
I hate
novelty
items.
And another explosive was found inside a talking bass on a plaque. Nothing? Isn't that funny? Right, the bass that goes in a novelty item.
Really fast, because the listeners
fly.
Really fast, because the listeners like to get involved.
Yeah.
If you have one of those stupid novelty items, send them to our studio here so we can openly mock you.
You want a novelty item?
Just start. They're laying around. You hate them. They're on your desk.
A tchotchke?
They're probably in your truck as you're tooling down the highway right now. Send them in to us.
Novelty item.
And make sure you give us your name and who sent it to you, so we can openly mock you and your stupid novelty item. I hate novelty items. Spencer Gifts should go away.
Spencer Gifts. I remember going in there as a kid. Even as a kid, you'd go in and it was like. It was cool to go in.
Yeah.
And you're like, let's go into Spencer Gifts. And after 2 minutes, you're like, why did we come in here? This place sucks.
Right. Want a piece of gum?
Oh, look, it turns your tongue black.
Look at you. All right, we get it. You're an ass.
Hey, look, it's a kind of bullshit spray.
Right.
Someone's bullshitting you, you spray it on them and tells them, hey, you're bullshitting me. Look at let's go over here. They have the sex games.
Yeah.
They have the sex board game.
Oh, my God, a sex pen, a penis pen, whatever, yeah.
Like you're going to sit there nude playing this sex game with your best gal. All right, that's 3. 1, 2, 3. You have to suck my cock. Go back 3 spaces and put a thumb in my ass.
Right.
Stupid Spencer Gifts. Let's go through the posters.
I hate Spencer Gifts.
Get a lava lamp.
And you get rooked in, you're in a mall, and also like, oh, let's see what's...
Spencer
there's
Gifts.
nothing going on in that dumb store.
You smile and your teeth and eyes are glowing because you're in a black light. You see all the lint on your shirt. I want to buy this. Look, it's a cup shaped like a tit, and you drink out of the nipple.
Everything costs like 10 cents to make. It's just a bunch of crap. So send in your novelty items so we can openly mock you.
Horrid.
That's our new thing. You can even drop them off at the front door. We'll pick them up on the way in the morning.
Awful things. This was that hand grenade with the complaint thing, pretty much. And someone took the bottom off and filled it up with black powder and put some kind of a bottom back on it and stuck a fuse in there and put it in the planter. And some witness saw somebody just light it and run their ass off. And it blew up. And now the news, the sensationalist news can't... These are the facts that we're in. And John Montone might be a complete tool, but he was talking to one of the cops that were on the scene. This is happening like he's talking to the cop. And it was very early this morning as it was happening. Channel 7 News, we're watching them. They're reporting it as 2 hand grenades exploded today. They also explained the 2 bomb thing this morning on 1010 Win. The cops said it was 1, and it was the echo, the slapback echo you get off of the buildings here in New York made a lot of witnesses think it was 2. So what amounts to 1 improvised M80 on the news is still being reported as 2 hand grenades. You know, that sounds pretty menacing, 2 hand grenades. Instead of 1 guy with a homemade little bomb.
And it knocked out windows, right?
Yeah, broke a window.
One window?
One window. Didn't hurt anyone. Threw some dirt from the planter on the sidewalk. Little bit of dirt. And because of this, they closed 15 blocks. 15 blocks. Do you know how big a New York City block is? Huge. Closed 15 of them. So I'm going up 3rd. Came out of the tunnel. And it was 3rd and 54th, I think. 52nd, somewhere around there. And I'm driving up, and I just see the lights. And I'm like, oh, boy. Here we go. Now it's inconveniencing me. Make some turns, weave around, and I was late. Master Poe wasn't outside. I felt like I could have been accosted at any moment.
He probably went down to the scene to jump on another hand grenade to save
everybody. Do you
think
that? I was wondering if maybe Poe was getting involved in the explosive thing that was going on. I'll take care of it. I'll clear the planter. You know, something like that. Throw his body on it.
And as soon as I knew this was happening, I prepared all the guys because a little known fact. Some of the listeners know, but most of them don't. Anthony, obviously, the nicer of the 2 on this program of the 3, and but could be a real a-hole when it comes to being inconvenienced as far as him and his car goes.
When I'm driving somewhere, if it took me 4 minutes, it should take me 4 minutes every time.
Right. So
and when I leave that tunnel, by the time I get from the tunnel to the parking garage, is just about 4 minutes.
So I got into work regular time, and I'm the guy that has to prepare everybody, especially the newbies. There's still some newbies around here, so I'm getting everyone prepared. I'm like, Anthony is going to be bullshit when he gets here. Just nod, acknowledge, don't say anything, let him rant and rave. It'll be over before you know it. But he's going to be fucking pissed. And then so you walk in.
I was whistling a happy tune.
You were kind of whistling, and we're all getting prepared, just waiting for you to take off your winter coat. I don't know why you're still wearing that.
It was chilly out this morning. I actually put my homeless hood up.
And all of a sudden, you were pretty much fine. Everyone was like, oh, all right.
Keep you guessing.
Damn, okay.
It wasn't that big of an inconvenience. I got through it pretty good.
Hey, we got the banana phone guy. Come on, we found the guy? I think we did, actually. I said John, but I knew the name was with a J. Jesse!
Yes.
It's your birthday?
No, it was my 2-year wedding anniversary.
Oh, see, I don't even remember what occasion it was. That's right, it was an anniversary.
Oh, it wasn't even a birthday?
Your wife
stinks.
I know. How did you know it was you, though, that we were just talking about?
Well, because she told me to listen to you guys, which I do every morning.
Oh, happy Holocaust Day.
Well, thank you very much.
We'll play
How do you
banana
know I
phone.
was Jewish?
Huh?
How'd you know I was Jewish?
Oh, I can hear it in your voice.
It sounds, and it's also Cinco de Mayo.
De Mayo?
I'm kidding. De Mayo. Yes.
No,
So it's your anniversary, and she knew that would be a good present for you?
Well, no, because ever since the beginning, when you started playing it, I play it for her every chance I get, and it drives her nuts.
Yeah, it drives everyone nuts.
But she said the first time I played, she said it was cute.
Uh-huh.
So I run it to the ground.
So that's what you wanted for your birthday. Not a blowjob. You wanted to hear banana phone.
Well, I'm married. I don't get blowjobs anymore.
Oh. Hey, what's your lady's name there?
Susan.
Susan, give Jesse a little head today. Come on.
What's your lovely lady's name?
Well, I'll have to tell, because she told me she did, and I said, those guys will never play a stupid game.
Hello, Susan.
All right, Jesse, thank you so much for
Thank
listening, and enjoy your anniversary present.
Oh, and Anthony, empty your mailbox.
I did.
Okay.
Might be full again.
Yeah, it's.
She thought it was full.
I tried.
No, we're getting spam like crazy. We're gonna have to give up on our email addresses.
No.
By the way, that's why
Steve C turned me on to some good program
Yeah,
that eliminates it.
I don't have mine installed yet, so I just want to explain to people. I do write a lot of people back. I haven't bothered lately because, I mean, we're getting a lot of email, but we're also getting probably for every legitimate email at least 10 that are not.
At least 10.
At least, and you can't even filter through it anymore.
Stop sending your fucking unfunny forwards, please. Stop it. 'Cause there's 100 people sending forwards. None of them are funny.
Check this out, dude. In hindsight, lighting the match was a bad idea.
Well, they're just trying to help out the show. I was talking to Steve and Ben after the show yesterday. We want some kind of link on our websites where people could, submit what they think would be good for the radio show. So you guys would have a place to just dump all this stuff, and then we'll have, one of the guys, filter through it and see what we could use on the program. Because, we really count on our listeners. It's kind of like a people's radio show here.
Yeah.
You're a very important part of the radio program.
Absolutely.
And when we're sucking wind, that's when you have to take the ball and run with it.
Yeah.
And help us out.
Hey, Poe was, for some reason, Poe wasn't out front this morning when we come up. We like Poe as our security guy. We like him out front when we come up to the building.
Isn't that his only real job? How could you be?
Well, that's our security.
How could you be late for the only thing you do?
I don't know. But I'm walking past 57th and 7th, and this black guy comes walking up to me.
Is this why Ben's in here?
And yeah, I guess.
Oh no, I had something. I have a good John Montone story.
Oh, okay.
So
I don't need Paul to.
That's all right.
Go ahead.
Thank you. This black guy walks up to me and goes, "Yo, which way is north?" And I just, I got my big heavy coat on. I'm kind of just walking, and I throw my arms up all aggravated. I just go, ah! Like that. That's all I did. I made a Sandy Kane noise. and I threw my arms up and looked at him like, don't even fucking annoy me with this, and crossed the street. Because Ben told me, whenever you get a black guy come up to you, cross the street in the city.
No, Ben used to say, run in the street.
Run in the street.
He said, run in the street.
Run in the street.
No, walk in the middle of the street.
I was at the crosswalk, and it was green.
That's good for you, because you're herky and jerky, and the cars can't really hit you.
They're not going to hit you.
So because you always know, you act a little crazy, they don't really screw with you. So I just threw my arms up like I was completely disgusted. I looked right at him and went like, ah! Like that, and walked away.
And to all you do-gooders out there, this is what you have to do in New York.
Because you know what happens? If you're the guy that sits there and goes, hey, man, which way is north? And you go, well, and you put one hand on your hip, and then you point in a direction, kind of look up and go, well, I think that way should, wham! The fist hits you in the side of your face. You're coming to, the next thing you remember is your tunnel vision. You're kind of coming to going, what the fuck happened?
Well, yeah, the tunnel vision, your vision comes back, and all you see is a Christmas tree in your hospital room because you've been in a coma since May.
You hear kids singing, dashing through the snow. Wait, I was just on the corner. What the fuck is snowing out the window?
That's why you don't. Especially
4 huge black knuckles. That's the last thing you see, and then Merry fucking Christmas.
That's why you have to be a little smarter.
That's why
in this city.
you don't do that. You throw your arms up in the air, look him in the face, and go, "Dah!" and walk away.
Because just when you're thinking, well, north.
Oh,
North.
wait,
Well,
sir.
And then you're turning around.
You're going, well, I know that way south, and then, BAM! Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun.
What happened to summer?
What? Wait a minute. That is so funny. Christmas. Yeah, north. Well, the west side, I think, sir, is the BAM! Silent night. Oh.
It is the truth.
That's how they operate.
There's a story.
You get blindsided so quickly in the city, and they always start by asking you something.
Go.
Hey, man, what time is it? Hey, man, where is this? What that?
We could go through the papers right now. I guarantee there's a story of some do-gooder that something bad happened to them just because they were trying to help.
Yep. And you constantly look at their hands, see where they are, what they're doing. And after I threw my hands up and I'm walking across the street, and like a lunatic, I keep looking back over my shoulder at them. Don't even approach me. But there was a guy, a fan, that approached us downstairs, me and Jimmy. And he had his hands in his pocket, and he's talking to us. And me and Jimmy are just fixated on the guy's hands. He's talking to us. We're not looking at his eyes as he's talking. I'm looking at his hands as he's talking. And if he would have, like, gone to pull something out of it, what do? You got to punch him right in the face first. He could have been, hey, could you sign this? Wham! He wakes up. Ching, 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 ching. Dun, 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 dun.
Let's go to Max in Dallas. He's a faithful listener of the program. Max, what's up?
Hey, boys, how you doing today?
Pretty good.
Hey, Jimmy, baby.
Hi, mister.
Got a really good one for you today. I was looking for a place to get rid of my stupid-ass novelty item that my wife got me a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
And it's kind of wild you guys mentioned that. She got me this thing. It looks like a big red panic button, and it says redneck panic button. And it's got these stupid little sayings on it, like, did you get your license from Walmart? It's all yours, boys. I'm sending it to you.
It's like the executive stress reliever, but only a redneck version.
Yeah, I'm not kidding. You guys send in all your novelty items, but you gotta give us your name, who gave it to you, so we can just openly mock you.
I'm going to tell her I knocked it off the table or something, but,
all right.
Oh, by the way, I got out of a ticket the other day because of you guys.
Oh, yeah? What'd you do?
I had a WOW sticker on the back of my car. Highway Patrol pulled me over, saw it, and he goes, are those guys still on the radio? And I said, yeah, they're on XM, but you used to listen to y'all on KOLI in Dallas.
That was the station we were on in Dallas?
Yeah. 105.3 KOLI.
All right.
The talk that rocks Texas. Later, boys.
All right, bye. No, I remember it was like the talk that rocks Texas or whatever. I don't know the call letters usually. I remember like WYSP, WBCN, JFK, and
NEW,
and that's about it.
Yeah.
What's another one?
XTM Cleveland.
XTM. Oh yeah, I probably wouldn't remember that one too. All right. Morning, Jimmy.
Hi, guys.
That's really funny, Anthony.
God damn. Hey, you know what? Another novelty item that people have is that we saw the stupid plastic bull balls.
Oh yeah.
That they put on their trucks.
But that's more than a novelty item.
This goddamn truck has balls.
Well, I guess they throw those on their rides all the time. I don't get that one.
So
we were talking to Larry the Cable Guy about that. He says it's a biggie in the South.
Midwest.
I actually have a funny novelty item I got for my birthday.
Oh.
It's a pen shaped like a finger.
Yeah.
And when you twist it a certain way, it goes...
It farts.
Yeah.
Well, like pull my finger kind of thing.
I'm bummed out. I'll just pick one of those up, jot myself a note.
There it is.
It's exactly what it's like.
Have it.
It's same thing.
See, here it is. You pull the finger. It's a pen, but it's shaped like a finger, and you pull it. You know where I got this?
Wait,
First of all,
I have the same exact pen.
It looks like a dildo. It looks like a dildo. It's a pretty big version of a finger. But when it's sitting in a case, it looks like a dildo. You know where I got this? I was I had to take an Escalade full of little girls to a roller skating party.
Oh, bring an extra finger.
what I had to do a couple of months ago.
You realize you used to be a rock star, right?
Yep.
Okay.
I know.
All right.
No, it's a friend of ours, and her like adopted sister daughter person had a party, and it was a roller skating party, a roller rink out on Long Island, and I was laughing my ass off when I saw that they play these games and you win the tickets, like skee ball type games and things like that, and you win all these tickets, and if you get like 10,000 tickets, you go up to the counter and you get these little prizes. And one was this, and I had to play a game until I got enough to get this because I had to take this home. These little girls running around with these dildos, these little girl-sized dildos. So it is, it's a flesh-colored finger.
It's a starter set.
It's the starter set. Yeah. In the room at night, you just hear.
I am going to sleep, Mommy. I'm just listening to my Britney Spears CD.
Looks like a thinner.
Yeah.
You know what? Everything is made for girls to masturbate with.
Mm-hmm.
Everything. I think we did this bit years ago where we had girls just call in and tell us the stuff they use to pleasure themselves, and it's unbelievable. You could just you could walk up and down these aisles in the supermarket, and everything is designed for women to just, shove it in them.
When Tickle deodorant first came out, it came in something that looked like a dildo.
Yep.
And they pulled a kid's toy off the market. It was that. God, what was it? The broom that kids were riding on.
Oh yeah, remember that?
From what movie was that?
Harry Potter, I guess.
The Harry Potter movies, right? And it was a broom that you would sit on, and I guess it made sound effects, but it also just vibrated.
Right.
The whole broom vibrated. And these girls were just putting this thing. You ride on the broom like any good witch or something would, and you put it between your legs and turn this thing on, and it's vibrating like crazy. And I guess a lot of parents noticed that the girls were just not putting this thing down. They were playing with it 24 hours a day. They just, around their room and shutting the door to their bedroom and playing with the broom.
That's great.
Yeah. A little added treat for the little kids.
Wow. Well, people are just not hanging outside the Today Show anymore, huh? There's not much of a crowd there these days.
That show is tanking.
Good.
It needs a real boost. Because, look, there's no one there.
That is
it's a
so
nice
weird.
enough day out.
All right.
Boy, perfect opportunity to get somebody down there, huh? They're still on delay, though, aren't they?
Oh, yeah, we were the reason. The new listeners don't know that one. We really got to get going and write that book.
Yep.
We have this proposal just sitting on someone's desk, and they just want us to just give them a few more things, and then they're ready to shop this thing.
I can't write anything anymore.
Really? They just want us to write up about the Voyeur bus a little bit, then, so they can see how that's going to read in print. But one of our classic stories is we got the girl to flash live on the Today Show.
Yeah.
And ever since they that story went international, the videos all over the place. I'm sure we could even
still get it.
We could even put it back up on the websites, our website, so the new listeners could check it out. But basically, they're scanning the crowd outside the Today Show, and one of our fine young ladies at the time lifted her shirt. Whoa! They come flying out with a wow sticker underneath her boobs.
Katie's face was it was hysterical. Her mouth was open. She was staring off. The camera's on her, and she didn't even acknowledge that she was on camera. Like, she should have pulled it together and gone on to the next thing. But it was just her staring at the monitor. And it looked like somebody just went, Katie.
Yeah.
Huh? Whoa, cheers.
Yeah.
Huh?
I talked to her yesterday, by the way.
Oh, really? That girl?
Flash, yeah.
Oh.
And
you did you?
Yeah.
How was she?
She's a friend of mine. She's good.
Yeah, we used to see her all the time down at Bar 9.
Well, it cost us $1,000, by the way.
Why?
Yeah, because we put out a bounty.
We put out a bounty. Live boobs on TV.
Is that the broom?
$1,000. Why is it ew.
Harry Potter broom. It's a little boy sitting on the broom. I guess because a girl, it would really look bad.
With one leg kicking up.
That'd be funny to Photoshop.
Yeah, but that picture looks... That
Go
picture
back.
looks bad, too, because the kid looks like... Are we going to get these up on the website so people can play along at home?
Photoshop the back end of the broom out of that picture, and it looks like he's just holding
a
massive cock.
And they know that when they're
do.
throwing this advertising together. Howard tried to take credit for Today's Show wowing. Oh, yeah, that's right, Ben. Yeah, that's how delusional he is.
I've done it all.
He went
Robin.
right on the radio and was like, yeah, that was me, blah, blah, blah.
No one's doing anything.
And then people had to tell Howard, Howard, there was an Opie and Anthony sticker on the
wow
girl.
sticker
Why are
on
you
the girl.
trying to take credit for that too, you idiot?
All of radio rips me off. People were doing nothing when I got into it.
All of radio rips me off. People were doing nothing until I got it. An industry that has been on the air for how many years? All right, realistically, Howard got into radio seriously early 80s, let's say.
Who knows?
Radio has been on since, I don't know, the early 1900s in some way, shape, or form. And it lasted somehow through the invention of television. It still prospered.
The internet, everything else.
Everything else. It's still, but no one was doing anything in radio.
All of radio rips me off. People were doing nothing when I got into it.
Is there anyone on this planet buying into this line of shit anymore? Anybody? Is there a buffoon that is left saying, yeah, Howard?
Yeah, his whole staff.
Holy
Because they all have to kiss his ass. That's
well,
right,
we know
Howard.
That's even
right,
them,
Howard.
Even them,
That's
you
right,
know
Howard.
they're going home and just saying, this guy is the biggest dickhead. I gotta go in there and deal with this shithead on a daily basis.
You're so right, Howard.
Oh, Howard. Yeah, Howard. We all know you invented everything. They're just sitting there trying to nuzzle, snuggle, and smooch his asshole. That's all you hear from these people.
I paid my money. Give me 3 baseballs so I could try to knock her into the tank.
They're all...
Who came up with that line? It's like Jay Moore, the best line I've heard. That Robin looks like she's in a dunk tank.
Howard. You know what they all are? He's Hitler in the bunker, and they're all of his cronies that are too scared to say anything to him. But they just see what a load of shit it is.
All of radio rips me off. People were doing nothing when I got into it.
People were doing nothing.
That's terrific. That's terrific.
Unbelievable. Thank God for you.
And
because just how did radio survive for, 100 years, for 80 years before you?
Kevin from Brooklyn, what's up?
What's up, Owen A?
How are you, buddy?
What's going on? Hey, Howard was doing that whole period bit that you guys did the other day.
Of course he was.
What, the trainables?
The whole, with the, yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
with the sister teaching the retarded girl about the pad.
Yeah, but everyone's ripping him off. I mean, everyone knows we did that, 2-3 weeks ago.
He's the worst.
All
he was
right.
also doing the whole Rosie bit also, so.
Well,
that's something that's in the news.
Yeah,
things like that, and finding the trainable video. We'd be stupid to say, hey, they're ripping us off. But that's the type of stuff Howard does. I was doing that. Nobody was doing radio, Robin. They tried before me, but I invented the microphone. They just looked stupid because it never went out over the air. Nothing. No one did anything before me.
Oh, that's hilarious. Let's
that nuzzling ass staff.
Paul. Hey, Paul from Long Island. What's up?
Yeah, if you ever buy Best Buy, like on Jericho Turnpike and Comac, they sell like these little fucking dogs, like in the vending machines. Mm-hmm. And like I bought a couple for my kids, and the fucking things have like balls and cocks, like to show you with his leg up. Like,
oh, really? Like chocolate dogs that have genitalia?
No, they're like little rubber dogs, like for like little kids to collect.
Oh, I
and
thought
like
they
have
were
fucking
edible.
genitalia. It's like ridiculous.
What's wrong
Well,
with
we
that?
got the story about the chocolates that were delivered to us at WNEW, and they were shaped like various sexual organs. So we wanted some chocolate, so I grab a tit, Opie grabs a tit, and we're nibbling on our tit chocolate.
We're gnawing.
Just gnawing on your
honestly,
chocolate
not
during
even
the show.
Not even really. We're just enjoying the
No,
chocolate.
the chocolate was very good.
Right.
So then Rick comes in, our old producer Rick, comes in holding this massive, and not even as a joke, holding this massive veined chocolate cock and just biting into it. Like, as we were enjoying the tits as just chocolate, he was enjoying this giant chocolate veiny cock as just chocolate.
But in all fairness to Rick, he just picked up a piece too.
He just picked up a bit, but
wasn't really thinking what piece he was gnawing on anymore.
But you have to think what piece not to nibble on.
Right.
Like, I knew
right.
not to pick up the cock and start eating the chocolate cock.
I'm standing up so I can itch my ball. Sorry.
There you go. Nothing better than the between
that feels
thumb and
good.
forefinger roll on the side of your bag.
Dude, that felt...
It can make you go, oh!
Dude, that felt really good.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, he and then he walks into the studio because he had to ask us something, just not realizing what he was doing.
Well, we just start busting out laughing. It was a big, veiny chocolate dick that he just has in his hand, and he's nibbling on the head.
Everybody knows you don't bite that. You just suck it till it melts in your mouth.
Who doesn't know that?
By the way, I want to say hi to Howard. He listens every morning after his show in his Escalade. That is equipped with XM satellite radio. We know for a fact. Hello, Howie. Randy from Florida, what's up?
Hey, guys. Yeah, a few years ago they had a plastic candy dispenser that was shaped like a cock, and it was marketed to children, and it actually, that you would suck the candy. It was a juice candy you would suck out of the top of it. And it was on the news where people they're just fucking losing their minds about it.
Huh. A cock. There's a candy out that they're marketing to kids, and a bunch of critics are saying it ought to be pulled. It's a lollipop.
Yeah, it was like a...
Shut up. It's a whole new story, you fucking ass. I'm done with you. You inspired me to tell a new story. Jesus, fuck, what an asshole.
Calm down, Anthony. The guy's
I
just,
love our listeners.
He's just,
like your car.
He's just very ambitious. He wants to help out the program.
Stop.
All right, thanks. Thanks, Randy.
Hey, no problem, guys.
I'm teasing, of course. I love jumping down people's throats when they're stupid.
Sure.
It's a lollipop. Yeah, it was a lollipop.
You're a little on edge today, sir.
I drove through a bombing, Opie. It's flavored like marijuana, and critics of the product say it's one more way to make illegal drugs seem cool. Mm-hmm. I recall as a child being able to buy candy cigarettes. Remember those things?
Of course.
When you were a kid, and they had they looked like the real cigarette packs.
Yeah.
And they were a little like chalk, and they had a little dab of that red dye number 5, give you ass cancer, and you kind of made like you were smoking,
Wouldn't they
like
puff
your parents.
Too? Like something would puff, wouldn't they?
Yeah, you get a little puff of something.
Oh, there were a couple of the like fake cigarettes. I don't think it was the candy ones that you kind of blew out of, and some powder came out and made it look like you were smoking. Isn't that great, marketing smoking to kids back then?
They said I was watching something on the it was in that stupid documentary, that McDonald's documentary. They were saying that they do that because kids will remember that years later and remember that fine candy thing and then subconsciously pick up cigarettes.
Really?
That was one
How
of the
about that?
psychological
I just
things.
thought it was kind of cool, like, you know, if you bought one of those little plastic tool kits as a kid. It's like, oh, look, I'm like Daddy. I got my tool kit or doctor kit or something like that. It's the same thing. You use cigarettes because you want to kind of do what your parents and what you see adults doing as a kid. So you
get the cigarette,
have your fake little cigarette, and then you eat it. I don't think that makes you smoke when you get older.
No, I'm saying that was the argument. I'm not saying it made it. That was the
Yeah,
argument.
I know. Well, that's why they pulled those things off the market, you know. But I don't think that inspired anybody to start smoking.
How about the little black eye patch you'd buy for your female friend, just to to kind of be like your parents, you know, get the cigarette, the tools, and the
little fat lip you could give to your girlfriend. Here, put this on. Let me belt you in the face.
Hey guys, let's say hi to Susan. Susan.
Hi.
Hi. You were the one that called for Jesse to hear the banana phone or something like that.
Yes, that was me.
And it's your anniversary today.
It was yesterday.
Oh. And you emailed me.
Yes, I did.
God, all right. So now we're finally to the bottom of the story. I knew there was something going on with the banana phone, and we figured it out. That's cool.
Okay.
So what was it about the banana phone?
Oh, that
Nobody
song.
cares.
He played a song
Shut
to me
up.
a while back, and I thought it was cute, and then he played it and played it and played it, and to the point where it was driving me nuts. So every time when I come in...
So you're saying that you would play it, and it would drive you... He would play it, or you would play it?
No, he would play it.
Why did you want to play it, though, if he didn't like it?
No, he was playing it. He was playing it to drive me nuts.
And you would... Oh, so he would play it to drive you nuts.
Yes.
And then you're like... What, now, it's your 2-year anniversary?
Yes.
All right, so what made you decide to actually write to Opie with that?
Because I figured that dedicating that song to him would be the ultimate anniversary present, because he is a super fan of you guys.
How long has he been a fan, and how does he listen?
He listens on the XM in the tractor trailer.
Shut up. Right?
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so he's got his own portable XM, or is it part of the actual truck?
It's
enough.
We don't care.
It's a portable one.
All right.
That's cool.
All right.
It's always good to have the truckers come aboard. Has he been spreading the word a little bit?
Spread the virus?
Oh, believe me, yes.
Enough.
Right. No one cares.
Do your friends listen too?
Yes.
Oh,
Some of
quiet. Just shut up.
So your husband kind of got you hooked. That's what happens a lot of times with the ladies. Their boyfriends or husbands will get them hooked.
Yeah.
Oh, enough from you.
Well, he listens to it like
no one cares.
No one cares?
You realize no one cares, right?
Happy anniversary, though.
Thank you very much. Happy anniversary,
quiet.
Joe.
Shut up.
You're both dead before the next
Stop
one.
it.
Are you going to at least give him something cooler than a dumb little recording?
Suck that cock.
Well, that he'll have to wait for.
He says that he doesn't get the old head-a-rooney anymore.
Oh, he does.
Head-a-rooney? You call it that, you'll never get it.
That's a pretty sexy way to put it.
Hey, baby, how about a little head-a-rooney?
Well, now forget it.
Well, no, he said, I go, well, how about a little head-a-rooney? And he goes, he laughed and said, I'm married. Of course I don't get that.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
When did you stop giving it to him?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, when was the last time you gave him a little head-a-rooney?
Well, longer now than he realizes.
How long?
Well, not that long.
A week? A month?
Maybe a week.
No.
I don't know if I buy that,
Yeah,
miss.
I'm not buying that one.
I think you're being nervous Nelly and just trying to give us an answer that we won't tease you for.
Would I do a thing like that?
All right. We really can't make anything out of this phone call, so we're going to move on.
How about this? The next time you give him head, just make the yummy noise while you're doing it.
What's the yummy noise? Okay, that I promise.
All right, thank you, Susan.
Okay, thank you.
And Susan, don't forget, put that thing in park when you get out of it.
Yes, I will.
All right, happy anniversary.
Thank you.
I have some, I guess, comments from Amazon.com about that broom toy.
Okay.
The little broom toy from Harry Potter. It vibrates. And I guess they pulled it because a lot of the kids were enjoying it a little too much.
Watchdog groups were...
Watchdog groups. It's a vibrator for kids, pretty much, disguised as a Harry Potter broom. One of the comments, this toy was #1 on my daughter's Christmas list, so what the heck? Although it was no educational value, I figured it would be good for imaginative play. It wasn't until after she opened her gift and started playing that I realized the toy may offer more than a sensational experience. The broomstick has cute sound effects and vibrates when they put it between their legs to fly. Come on. What were the creators of this toy thinking? She'll keep playing with the Nimbus 2000, but with the batteries removed.
Oh, because you're doing some of that good parenting.
Thank you. Here's another one. I recently bought this for my son. He's a huge Harry Potter fan, seen the movie 32 times, and made the paper. I guess he made the newspaper for seeing it so many times. This toy gives him... that's as bad as making the paper for playing Asteroids.
I was thinking the same
Certainly not.
thing.
At least that was my accomplishment.
Of course it was.
For Pete's sake.
This toy gives him the ability to fly around the house, zapping things. My only problem I see with the toy is the batteries drain too fast, and his sister fights him over it. So now I need to buy her one.
She has no idea what's going on.
The batteries drain too fast, and the
hilarious.
sister's fighting for it.
Anthony, I got to break into your reading for a wacky radio alert from Tom in Kentucky.
Oh, let me...
Yes, Tom.
I got Lex and Terry going on right now, and they're using Rosie's voice from that movie and calling 900 numbers and letting Rosie talk to the operator.
Oh, that's wacky.
You want to hear it?
Yeah, let's tune it in there.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Great.
Oh! I'm hearing you! You coming? She's just confused. Super State's having a sale on soda. 24 cans of soda for $6. You gotta take me.
Are you some sort of conceptual artist?
Yes.
Yes.
Good one.
Yes.
That's sad.
I agree, it is sad.
Do you love him?
That makes sense.
Come on, chick. You're weird. So you're gonna stay with me? I'm hearing you. She hasn't hung up yet. She's hanging tough. Collecting the money. She's taking her $3.99 a minute and hanging tough. There you are. It's like a prize fighter. This shit.
Oh, my God, this bit is not working, you
Wow,
assholes.
it's not working.
Bell.
really think you're getting your
You
money's
gotta
worth
learn
out
when
of
to
this
punch
call,
out.
And I don't know what you want me to talk about, so I guess I'll just play some music for you.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Sad.
All right. Wow.
Tom.
Thank you, Tom.
Do we got Tom back on the phone? That is a wacky radio alert, Anthony.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Well, we ask the listeners every so often if they hear something wacky going on the radio in their hometowns to give us a call, put the phone to the radio, and let us in on it.
Yeah, I mean, that's a bit that, a million radio guys have done.
Soundboard bits.
It's the soundboard bits. Do we have our Arnold prank calls, or we never got that back from Rick either? We have those? All right, we might have
How
those.
are you? Quiet.
The problem was the person on the other line wasn't really buying into the bit. No. And then these guys are overly laughing, trying to, make it sound like it's a better bit than it really is. See the fake laughing?
Yeah, now let's go.
Soundboard bits have to really work, in order for them to be effective. All the dialogue has to be in context and stuff, and
and the guys are now saying this is classic. No, it's not.
What's classic about it?
Classic.
It's awful. Tom?
Yeah. I'm gonna go now. I love this chick.
Can you hear me? Super Save's having a sale on soda. 24 cans of soda for $6.
I'm getting tired of this chick.
Would you?
Now she's just playing her machine. Now she's got a drum machine going.
See, it's just not working.
Are they still on the same phone call?
Yes. Yeah, of course. It's not working, and they're in bit hell is what it is.
Yep.
You think something's going to work, and as it's going along, you realize, oh, my God, this is a disaster, and you're trying to make something happen on the fly, and it's just not working.
They're pot committed,
really
and they keep calling the raises knowing they're going to lose the hand.
Right.
Sweet. All right. Let's take David. David, you're on Lexington.
All right, thank you.
Instead of just being honest and going, well, this stinks, let's go to something else.
Yeah, it wasn't working. Maybe I don't know. Maybe they had a couple that did work, but that one was awful.
Maybe next time.
Perfect. Wacky radio alert from Kentucky. Thank you, sir.
Very good.
All right, back to Anthony with the vibrating Harry Potter broom.
The Nimbus 2000 vibrating Harry Potter broom. Here's another letter from a parent. When my 12-year-old daughter asked for this for her birthday, I kind of wondered if she was too old for it. But she seems to love it. Her friends love it, too. They play for hours in her bedroom with this great toy. They really seem to like the special effects it offers, the sound effects and vibrating. My oldest daughter, 17, really likes it, too. I recommend this for all children. A 17-year-old girl riding around on this Harry Potter broom.
By the way, the pictures of the broom are now up on FoundryMusic.com. We're updating the site on the fly all the time, so you guys could play along at home. And you got the original picture of the kid, Anthony, on the broom.
Yep.
Then you got a picture of just the broom, so maybe you could Photoshop the hell out of it.
Fun.
And then they got the Harry Potter vibrating broom with a naked girl riding it. Look at this.
Oh, wow.
So that's pretty hot.
Jesus.
It's on FoundryMusic.com, and I think it's on OpieandAnthony.com, too.
Look at this. Can I read this letter, too? This is a really silly one.
Yeah.
As a parent, it was really tough because all 5 of my kids would argue over the broom. So I decided they all needed a bath.
Oh, my God.
Andrea from Houston.
Oh, my God. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
I plugged it in and threw it in the tub. Waka waka.
My 12-year-old daughter is a big Harry Potter fan. I loved the part with the Nimbus 2000, so I decided to buy her this toy. I was afraid she would think it was too babyish, but she loves it. Even my daughter's friends enjoy playing with this fun toy. I was so surprised at how long they could just sit in her room and play with this magic broomstick. A great buy for any Harry Potter fan.
These freaking parents have no idea what's going on.
Yep.
God, knowing what this thing does and then to read these letters, that's great. I was surprised at how long they can just sit in her room and play with the magic stick.
There were stories of girls that would masturbate with their Barbie dolls, and they would just take the legs and shove them in there.
It could be a hot side bit today. We get some of these ladies from around the country to tell us what they used to masturbate.
I know, as a young boy growing up, you were always looking for some fun, exciting thing to jack with. Always trying to figure out a new way. Did you ever like anything that was besides your hand?
Hollowed out banana peel once.
Hollowed out banana peel?
Duct taped it, warm water in it, 'cause I read about it in a magazine.
Try that. Yeah, because you read about certain things in magazines.
I did a brand new, pair of tube socks.
Yeah.
When they're wrapped up, it makes a nice
Yeah.
Ooh. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know how you roll up your socks in the two?
Yeah.
It makes a nice
little entrance.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but what'd you put in there?
Well, you have to make sure the socks are very soft or you're in deep trouble.
Ooh,
and you got to be careful.
I took a pillow once, and it had a hole in it, the pillow, and I put cellophane in there, kind of drove it in there, and threw some Vaseline in there, and I fucked the pillow.
Jesus.
I guess I was like, I don't know, 14 or so. Just like a monkey.
Did it help?
Trying to screw anything. It was great because, like, you didn't have to use your hand. So you're kind of laying on the pillow. The pillow is being held in place with your lower abdomen, and the cellophane is being held in place against your body and the bed or anything, and you could just pound away on the pillow.
So what do you do with your hands besides hold them over your face so you don't catch yourself in the mirror?
You choke yourself.
That's classic. Hey, really fast. We're all over the place.
That's great. Thumb through pictures of mom.
Really fast, guys. It's a quickie, but everyone has seen the video of Kelsey Grammer falling as he's doing a serious play or whatever.
What a great clip.
And
the pompous ass falling.
We have the audio because the whole time, on TV, the visual is just hilarious.
Yep.
But I never really heard.
No, the stupid news people talk over it.
But
here's Kelsey Grammer taking a spill. Oh, we hope Kelsey's okay. Turn the volume up. People want to laugh. Ass.
So we got the audio isolated. This is Kelsey Grammer falling down.
Pretending I was a UN interpreter. Good Lord.
I didn't hear that.
Pretending I was a UN interpreter, all pompous. He's walking down the stage, and he falls right off the front into the orchestra pit.
That is funny. People falling down, as long as they're not old people, well, that's funny too.
Especially,
all right, that's funny too. But when someone falls, you're laughing. I'm sorry.
Yep.
You're laughing your ass off. But I've seen the video 100 times. I did not hear the audio.
Let me hear that again.
Pretending I was a UN interpreter. Good Lord.
Oh, did he go, oh, dear Lord?
It sounded like he said,
It said, oh, dear Lord.
Is this true, the big headline in a lot of the newspapers, or are you just making that up, Danny? It's real? Danny just handed me a note. He said the big headline for the story was, "Down goes Frazier! Down goes Frazier!"
Oh, wow. There you go. Clever.
Well, the news could be clever.
Oh, dear Lord. Let's hear.
Pretending I was a UN interpreter. Good Lord.
I need that in my instant replay.
Oh, dear Lord.
To play over that Rage Against the Machine music at the beginning of the show.
Pompous ass just takes a tumble.
We have to update our instant replays. We got some old sound clips on here. I need this new one.
Pretending I was a UN interpreter. Good Lord.
Did he continue with the play?
It was some kind of, it wasn't even a play. I think it was just giving a speech. You know how celebrities get paid huge amounts of money to stand on a stage in front of people and talk for some reason? So he was just very pompous, strutting across the stage, just kind of telling some boring story about him playing a UN interpreter, and oops.
Pretending I was a UN interpreter. Good Lord.
Dope.
I love that new clip. Good find.
I hit my life call button. I owe my life to it.
Who was that, Danny, with the pickup on the Kelsey Grammer? Great job. Speaking of Price is Right, we'll get through this real fast and we'll take a break. Bob Barker has skin cancer.
Oh, he does.
Got a couple clips about that.
You see how tan that son of a bitch is all the time? He's ancient and he's tan, so you know he's been in the sun his whole life. Gotta watch that sunshine.
Bob Barker is paying the price for living a lifetime in the sun, and he's talking only to Extra about his skin cancer.
Only to Extra, of course, because you guys are so important.
Why does it matter if he's only talking to Extra?
Because we're your celebrity skin cancer connection. Ugh.
I can't get enough of those two shows, though.
Bob Barker, he has skin cancer.
Ugh. We're hoping he dies for May sweeps.
Skin cancer.
I'm going to have surgery on Friday the 13th. And I didn't choose the day.
Oh, God. You don't want to hear that.
Why would you pick Friday the 13th? Just in case there's something to it. Out of all the days.
He didn't pick. The doctors did.
Barker admits being careless in his youth.
I was in the sun from the time I was a kid. We went to every beach in the world practically, and we would buy our own pool all the time.
And now Bob regrets it all.
It catches up with you.
Doctors have found a potentially life-threatening skin cancer on his ear and back.
The lesion on my back is a pre-melanoma, and they're very serious, and they want to be careful and get that out.
Oof. Oh. Well, that's... Look. Pat O'Brien returns tonight. Is that the deal?
Ooh,
Right?
really?
On the Insider?
Back on the Insider.
Well, we got the Pat O'Brien, Dr. Phil special. We could run through that.
I didn't get to hear that because I was watching the Paula Abdul thing.
Well, we could do that, too, next.
Yeah.
We'll do both, all right?
I actually watched a good portion of the Dr. Phil thing.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Oh, we're going to need your help because I was just about to watch it and the phone rang. And I got
Really?
into a long thing.
Okay.
A thing?
A little long thing about nothing that's important, really, but...
You talking to someone about that thing?
It was a thing.
Yeah.
And
The
so
thing
I-
in Brooklyn? No, the other thing.
So I missed the whole Dr. Phil thing. And that was
Billy Batts.
That was our homework assignment. Everyone knows that.
Oh, I can be helpful.
You can be helpful? Were you just sickened?
Yes and no.
Because I was still taking a peek, and you know what? Pat O'Brien, well, we get into it at the break, but he's not listening to Dr. Phil.
Of course he's not.
He's just like, let's just get this over with. Shut up.
Back to getting some ass. Betsy. He doesn't care.
He really
Dr.
doesn't
Phil's
care.
Gonna help him.
Dr. Phil helps a lot of people, bub.
Bub. Gee, get on Jimmy's bad side. Bub.
Oh, we got the Arnold calls? Oh, my God. Should we continue? No, let's take a break. We'll do the Arnold calls. Because those guys just reminded us of, soundboard prank calls that work. You can't really do them on the fly, really. That's the type of thing you do after the show. You call a million numbers, and maybe you get 2 or 3 good ones, and then you play those on your show and make believe you're doing it on the fly. That's I shouldn't tell people that. What? And by the way, they were doing illegal radio, so maybe we should report them to the FCC. You're not allowed to do prank calls anymore. That's the only reason we don't do them anymore.
Yeah, they're fun to do. Everyone loves a good prank call.
Because we can't get in trouble anymore.
It's a stalking law, right? At the prank calls?
You have to tell them they're on the air.
Recording law. It's a law like the FBI has to adhere to unless they get a court
The
order.
FCC took that away from radio years ago.
Even prank calls that you play later.
All those phone scams and stuff that these radio stations do, it's all illegal.
There was
shit
a
now.
loophole for a little while that you got away with, that if you told the person after the fact, like you record their call, you do the prank, and then when it's all done, you tell them, hey, look, we'd like to play this on the air. Do we have your permission? And then you get that on tape, and you can do it. But then they said you can't even record somebody without asking their permission first. So the act of even recording them, whether it airs or not, you're not even allowed to record somebody without asking them if you can record it. Then there was another law that said as long as there was a third party on the line that gave their permission, then you can do it. So if you had let's say a woman's mother on the phone, but also had the woman on the phone, and she was listening in, then you could record the whole thing. But they got away with that.
Forget Aristotle and fuck Socrates. Here comes Professor Anthony.
This was stuff we needed to know. This was stuff didn't you get the memos?
Yeah, but I forgot all that. Ugh.
And now you just can't.
Don't you make room in that brain for new things?
No.
Why would you still remember that? Dude, Anthony and I had to read FCC transcripts. That was one of the things we had to do on a daily basis at the old place.
Yep.
On a daily basis.
All the laws.
And then when they took the prank calls away from us, and Ant and I we were really good at it. I mean, not to pat ourselves on the back, but we did a pretty good job in that.
Who can forget butt plug? Come on.
Well, we can play one as we go to
Simple
break.
call. All you do is say butt plug.
How about Hi Mom, I'm gay? I mean, there's a million of them.
Please, Old Bill.
How about Scrotum?
Please.
You want to play Old Bill? Which one do you like, Ben? Ben,
they're all good.
Which prank call you want us to play?
I'm gonna cross the street
Yeah,
now.
let's play that one.
That's
it's off
classic.
It's off our cringe CD that we were never allowed to release.
These were women at an Alzheimer's support group. And they're supposed to help out people with Alzheimer's. So we called up as old Bill, and they were trying to really help.
Well, Bill's dead. Where the hell is that call, man?
Bill's dead's a good one.
Yeah, no,
that's
more
another fun one.
Where? You're kidding. How did it happen? Where?
Oh, my God. Someone find this for
Give
me.
my condolences to the children.
Eric? Do you know? They call my name's Bill. Okay, I got it.
Hawk, help him find that, please.
I don't believe it.
This is a great call, actually. I love this thing. All right.
Who is this?
That's my favorite line of hers.
Who is this?
We want me to play that? You know, you got to play for the new listeners. All right, we'll play a double shot here.
No, a double shot.
Thank you. Thank you. Let's see.
You know what I do to get big laughs sometimes when I'm out with my friends?
Jimmy? What's that?
And you guys can all have this.
Uh-huh.
I take my little clear plastic yogurt lid.
Yeah.
And I fold it in half, and I move it like it's a little mouth. When I talk, it talks.
And then you can make it say things and maybe carry on a conversation with it.
Yeah.
Give me a little.
Oh, how are you today? Oh, tired.
Look, he's tired, the lid.
By the way,
That's classic.
it's too early for me to eat yogurt.
Yeah.
That was Jimmy scraping, because I'm getting some
I
complaints.
didn't hear any scraping.
Oh, my God, they heard. They heard. My brother's like, what the hell are you guys doing? You guys eat the entire morning. He can't believe it. He's expecting to hear, like, microwaves going off and scanners. He goes, you might as well just broadcast from a 7-Eleven.
Eating up burritos.
Because we all have different eating schedules, you know?
Uh-huh.
Anthony's eating now. I usually eat in the back office, and then I start snacking starting around 8:30, 9 o'clock. He goes, you guys aren't using that much energy that you should be eating that much on a daily basis.
By 8, I'm pretty much done, but we were yapping a lot.
Yeah, so you got to catch
getting
up.
a chance to eat.
I eat during the first break.
There you go.
You bet he does.
Oh, look, his yogurt lid's talking. That is hysterical. You got to take that on stage.
Anthony, getting back to the prank call thing, remember the old place? So we were having a lot of fun with the prank calls, right?
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden they took that away from us, but they're like, you guys could still do them. Just tell them you're on, that you're taping for a radio show.
Yeah.
I'm like, are you guys that stupid?
Mm-hmm.
How is a prank call supposed to work if you get the person on the air and go, okay, look, we're going to tape you for the radio, so pretend that you're a really nervous, concerned mom.
Yeah.
All right? That's going to be your job.
Mm-hmm.
Make believe we didn't have this conversation. But by the way, do I have permission to tape you?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, now forget about that I just asked your permission and that we're a radio show, because now I'm going to try to fool you.
Right. We actually had this conversation with bosses, and that's why, once again, we just don't listen to them. They're just a bunch of dopes.
That's why also most of the prank calls you hear are fake. They're set up. They're acted. It's people that are being paid, and they call them up and do the prank call. Funny.
All right, here we go. You want to hear the Bill's Dead?
I love Bill's Dead.
All right, here's Bill's Dead. The setup, basically. A lady called the radio station.
Yeah, we used to get a lot of these, too, where people dialed the wrong number. And
Yeah.
for some reason, they would get our studio line. So whenever we heard somebody that didn't quite fit the demographic, when we were at AAF, it was a rock station, and so you get, hey, dude, could you play some Korn? Like, yeah, okay. So when you got, like, kids calling up.
Every kid sounded like Beavis or Butthead.
Yeah.
Every single one.
Could you play that, like, Soundgarden tune? Yeah, play it. They rock.
That was every call we got.
Every single one.
So when you got, like,
hello?
You knew it was like, yes, you didn't say, like, AF.
Right.
It was, hello.
Hello.
Hi, I'm here to talk to the physician. Like, okay, well, hold on, we'll get him. Right. Who are we to disappoint?
I'm going to put you on with Dr. Anthony.
So this woman called, and we knew she obviously wasn't calling to request a song. And we fucked with her a little bit.
Hello?
Hi,
Hi.
Bill.
Who's this?
Pat.
Hi, Pat. How are you?
Now, this is the wrong Bill.
Well, Pat, I have some bad news.
What?
Bill died today.
You're kidding? Oh, my God.
Yeah. It's tragic.
Who's this?
He was in a car accident today.
Oh, no. Who is this?
It's John.
John?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Oh, my God. I don't believe it.
Yeah.
I was just talking to him.
I know.
Where did it happen?
This afternoon
Where?
on the highway.
Oh, God love him.
Yeah, big pile up.
Well, be sure and give the kids my condolences.
Okay. Well, I gotta go.
All right, John.
All right.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Where? Who is this?
Oh, Kelly loves that one.
Oh, yeah.
Classic.
He loves that one.
Where?
And then you take that phone call, and then you take the Pat O'Brien sex tapes.
Yep.
And a listener came up with this.
$19.50.
Who's this?
I'm so fucking into you.
Pat?
You're so fucking hot.
Thanks.
Fuck you.
You're kid. Oh, my God.
I want you badly. I know you want me.
Oh, no.
I want to lick your pussy and suck your tits.
Where?
Go to the bathroom and lick your pussy now.
Oh, my God. I don't believe it.
Let's just fucking have sex and fun, drugs. Fuck and eat. Go crazy. Bye.
That's still.
I don't believe it.
All right, well, there you have it.
Ooh.
I like that wacky radio alert. I think there's something there.
Definitely.
Because we're trying to figure out that bit. We know there was some potential, but I think the listeners have to take that one and run with it.
Mm-hmm.
When they're hearing something really just awful locally, they got to call on the show.
Let us in on it.
Because when we just go to the phones over and over again, remember like last week we tried and it just never went anywhere?
Yeah, you can't spend too much time on it.
All right.
Quick hits.
Quick hits.
We live and learn here.
All right. Anthony, so we'll play They Call My Name's Bill?
We will. When?
The new guys here at XM Satellite Radio, they don't get it, but whenever any of us need coffee, we just go, Bill needs coffee.
But Bill hates coffee.
I know.
Bill hates coffee. I'm gonna. I do that too. Like, if me and my chick are outside and I want to run across to Starbucks or whatever.
Yeah.
I go. I'm gonna cross the street now. Every time I go to cross the street.
Anthony did a whole series of these calls, and unfortunately we lost most of them. We had Bill, stuck in a trunk once. Calling a locksmith. That
Bill
one
trying to buy one of those little rascal scooters.
Yeah, and then one of my favorites, but we just have a horrendous copy of it, is Bill taking too much Viagra when Viagra just first hit the market.
He got a big hard-on that wouldn't go away, and he didn't know what to do with it.
And he called the doctor.
I forgot
that one is great, but I just have the worst copy of that one.
It won't go away, and it's turning purple.
Remember all that?
You better get to a hospital.
But we're the old trunk gag.
Yeah.
We're like, no one's going to buy this. But I forgot who we called, the locksmith or somebody. Or I was thinking maybe 911.
I'm stuck in a trunk.
And that one worked, too. But.
Hello.
All right, here's Bill. Bill, they call my name's Bill. He's a little lost, and he's calling the Alzheimer's Association. And these poor old ladies, they're just volunteering their time.
You know what the thing
do-gooders.
Is? Right. The thing about these ladies, also, every day, the calls they get are just these inane nothing calls. This, they have a chance to really help. And they all get involved. They all really want to help. This is like the most exciting thing that has ever happened to these ladies. And you can tell there's a little bickering going on between them. One thinks she knows better how to handle the situation. And they completely just fall apart in an emergency.
Yeah, there's a whole dynamic going on.
There's blame going on when certain things happen.
Oh, yeah. I pick up something new every time I hear this call.
Yeah. Listen to the ladies more so than Bill.
One of my favorite lines is, see, I told you.
Oh, that's the blame. Yeah. See, I told
you.
Just bad, 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 bad.
Listen for that. It's in the background, but it's hilarious. See, I told you.
I told you.
Right. So we'll go to break with this. Oh, the Ronald Reagan Library call. Oh, my. Yeah, there's a lot. Maybe I don't know. Maybe we'll feature a few of them as the show goes on today. Yeah, Anthony actually called the Ronald Reagan Library as Ronald Reagan, and they bought it. They bought it for a little while.
For a little while. A couple of the people thought it was Reagan calling.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, we'll play this as we go to break. When we come back, we'll do the Paula Abdul thing that Anthony saw and the Dr. Phil Pat O'Brien thing that Jimmy saw.
I like when I can be helpful.
Sure. Make the lid say it.
Well, we'll talk about the Pat O'Brien thing.
The lid's talking. You're a scream.
Alzheimer's Association, may I help you?
Hello? I had this number in my wallet. I don't know where I am.
You don't know where you are?
I had this number in my wallet.
You're lost?
I don't know. I'm at a phone booth.
Give me the phone number.
It's not on here.
There's no phone number on the phone?
Let me look. What phone?
You're calling from a phone. Is there a phone number there?
Yes, there is.
Could I have the phone number?
I believe it's the 8.
Hold on the phone. Can you hold on? Don't hang up.
Hello?
Yes, can you hear me?
Who's this?
This is Estelle. Can you hear me?
Hello?
Don't hang the phone up.
Hang up?
No, do not hang up. Hold on, please. Don't hang up. I'm going to put you on the phone with someone else. Hold on.
Hang up what?
No.
It's cold.
You're cold?
I'm colder, yes.
I know.
Cold like Brazil.
You know?
I believe I need a changing.
Stay on the phone.
I'm wet.
You're all wet?
Yeah, I'm wet.
Okay. Well, you just stay on the phone.
I need a changing and my nurse isn't here.
And do you know
I'm going to walk across.
Where you are? Can you tell me the number?
I'm going to walk across the street now.
No, stay on the phone.
Who's this now?
My name is Judy. What's yours?
My name's Bill.
Bill. Hi, Bill. How are you?
Hi, Sam.
You sound a little lost.
Gonna walk across the street now.
You know what? I'd rather you didn't walk across the street, because if you walk across the street, I can't talk to you.
Oh, hey.
Hey, Bill.
Hey. Hello.
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah. Are you still there?
Who is this, please?
This is Judy. Is this Bill?
Where's Sam?
Sam just went out to get some coffee.
I hate coffee.
Oh,
Sam knows I hate coffee.
Well, maybe he went to get you a Coke then. He said he was going out to get a drink.
There's cars now, a lot of cars. I'm gonna cross the street now.
You know what? If there are a lot of cars, you shouldn't be crossing the street.
All right, here I go.
I can't talk to you.
I think my home is across the street. Here I go.
Are you talking on the phone, Bill? Hello? Hello?
Oh, we should have called the police while we had him.
Wasn't doing any good. He's still here. Call the police.
He probably was hit by
the phone. He did not hang up.
He put the phone down and walked.
He dropped the phone. He did not hang up.
Oh, my God! Someone call an ambulance!
I told you.
This is horrible. My God, he looks awful. Jesus.
Who is this? Who am I speaking to, please?
Somebody call an ambulance! Help over here.
All right, we're calling an ambulance. Can you give me the address?
He's a mess. The man got hit. Someone call an ambulance. Don't touch him. Leave him down there.
Hello, can you tell me where you are?
It's too late. It's too late. This bad smeared all over the road.
Can you tell me where you are?
It's too late unless you got a shovel.
All right, we'll get a shovel. Where are you?
It's too late.
It isn't too late.
You can't help anymore. Just bring a shovel.
Can you tell me where you are right now?
Disneyland.
In Disneyland. Can you tell me where in Disneyland?
Pirates of the Caribbean.
And the Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yo-ho, a pirate's life for me. I'm okay now.
You're okay? You got all pulled yourself together again?
A car hit me and I feel fine now.
Oh, I'm so glad you feel fine, Bill. You had me really worried.
That's all Bill needed was a little bumper.
Can you tell me where you are, Bill?
Jupiter.
On Jupiter.
Planet Jupiter.
Is there a street number or a name on planet Jupiter?
23 Jupiter.
23 Jupiter.
23.
Okay. Do you live there?
Send a cab.
I would happily send a cab if you tell me where to send it.
You tell them to make a right at Venus.
Right at Venus.
And it's Jupiter, 28 Jupiter.
28?
That's what I said.
Okay. And what are you doing there now?
Masturbating.
Oh, I see.
El Radio con Queso Grande presenta Señor Opie y Anthony.
Dude, what happened?
It'll knock you on your...
goddamn ass.
Jesus Christ, what an anticlimactic piece of crap that was.
Let's go to Mike in Houston, Texas. Mike, what's going on today?
Over there, the best show on the radio, man. I'm telling you, I'm hooked.
Oh. How long have you been listening?
A couple of weeks.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
The virus hit you that fast, huh?
Yeah, it smacked me right upside the goddamn head.
I like it. Where's it from, Houston?
No, I'm from Tennessee, but I'm down here delivering a load in Houston from California.
A load.
You got a load.
You're delivering a load.
I love how he calls the show on the phone here. It says a brilliant show, and then we're talking about loads.
Loads. I love it. I got to tell you what hit me yesterday, man. When little Sweet Buttercup's over there said he was hitchhiking to heaven, it took me like the replay before I figured out what that was, and then I just started busting out laughing.
I heard it on the replay, too, and I thought it was very funny. Hitchhiking to heaven.
Oh,
jerking off.
I said, what the fuck is that? What does that mean? And then it just hit me. I said, yeah, he's jerking off.
It's actually...
yeah,
damn, that's funny.
I love the fact that we're on XM Satellite Radio because of the replays especially. You pick up... We do the show. And we pick up on so much when we listen to the show back later on in the day. It's like sometimes there's an interaction going on between these two that I don't get to hear because I'm busy with Eric setting up, whatever, doing something else. And I'm like, oh, my God, that's fucking hilarious.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes me and Liddy will sit around and just, talk and listen to the show.
Oh, that's funny. I did it all, though. I invented the talking yogurt lid. I did that on radio years ago. Tell him, Fred.
Jimmy, I love you. Keep up the good work, man, and I love you, boys. Y'all keep
Thanks,
it up.
fella.
Man.
All right, there he goes, Mike from Houston.
Sure.
He's got the virus, Anthony.
Yes, he
the
does.
O&A virus spreading across America. Mm-hmm. This will lead into the T-shirt discussion.
Right.
Because I was on Long Island yesterday. I went and got my teeth cleaned.
Yeah.
And removed all my belongings from a certain residence. And then
Did you have to break into the back door and crawl through a small glass window pane?
No, I mean I
remember that fun.
I just no. Well.
Man, I had to go back to Long Island years ago. All I wanted from my old house was my computer and some I don't know, other electronic equipment, video stuff. That's it. I didn't want furniture. I didn't want that. I'm starting a new life. And the doors were locked. And she wasn't home. And I didn't know, what the hell was going to happen. So I broke in.
Yeah.
Broke the window in the back.
You were a big radio star at this point, and you're breaking into your own house just because you want your stupid computer.
Under the cover of darkness, I'm out by the back patio, and there's a back door with glass panes in it that are about, 8 by 10.
Yeah.
8 by 10 glass panes. So, bam! I put my elbow through one of them, and I actually crawled through it. Yeah, a little... I'm trying to get my shoulder through there. Yeah, crawled through, opened the door, swept up the glass nicely, left a little note, said, could be glass shards. Watch out for the cats. Don't let... I patched up the hole.
He is the nicest guy, isn't he?
And then I ransacked the place.
I would have taken an axe like good old Jack.
You know something?
And got in that way.
I would have, but I didn't want the cats getting out. Because, I kind of liked the cats. But I didn't want the cats getting out. So then I just took my stuff, my computer equipment and stuff, and left. That was it. You actually got to use a key?
Yeah. Yeah. Key was left for me. That's real sweet, thanks. Well, nice of you. Jesus.
What'd you get?
Just my radio stuff that's just been hanging out there for a couple of years now.
Don't you have, collector's item radios and stuff?
Yeah.
What about that big one? Did you get that?
That's the last thing.
You're getting that, right?
Yeah, I got one more load, and then I'm done.
Load.
One more load, and I'm done.
And then you're done?
Yeah.
You're leaving a lot of stuff?
It's just hilarious to see all your crap just askew in the back of your Grand Cherokee. It's just ridiculous. Effing ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
I mean, I moved on about 2 years ago, but it was convenient just to keep my stuff there.
Storage facility.
That's what it turned out to be, a storage facility.
For furniture, clothing, people that aren't in your lives anymore.
It was just a storage facility.
Right. Yeah.
Now it's, time to get it all out of there.
Yes.
You gonna get rid of the apartment out there, or no? Is it gonna actually just go?
Oh, it's not my apartment, Jimmy, you silly goose.
He doesn't say who's going to stay there and who isn't.
But you know what? Because a lot of people, a lot of the hardcore listeners know where I used to live because you bastards used to beep every time you drove by my house. You might want to be there Sunday. Might be some good memorabilia on the front lawn.
Oh, really? Yeah. The garbage day when you're going to bring everything out?
They know where I used to live. Because there's one more load. It's all crap in the basement, so it's going to end up on the sidewalk. Some old BAB stuff, things like that.
Oh, yeah. Real classic stuff.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, so I'm out there, got the teeth cleaned, did that thing, and then I went over to my brother's house, and, of course, just like I told you, I think earlier in the week, he sat me down with a Sharpie, and I'm signing away, Anthony. I'm signing away.
What were you signing, shirts and stuff?
Yeah. My brother's a pisser. Hey, good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. Sit down. I got some shirts for you.
Here you go. Take a seat.
Yeah, so, I mean, my brother, actually, all kidding aside, he designed a really, really nice brand new Opie and Anthony logo and a Spread the Virus logo.
Very colorful, very nice.
And we've decided to sell some T-shirts because people want them from all over the country, and so we're going into business a little bit. When we do appearances, I'm sure we'll have some to throw away and all that. I don't want you to think that we're raping you. But a lot of interest in the brand new Opie and Anthony Spread the Virus T-shirts, Anthony.
Yeah.
A lot of interest. The links are on opieandanthony.com. You can pre-order because my brother's smart. He's like, there's a lot of truckers and stuff listening that are just huge, massive guys, and they can never get the T-shirt they want.
Mm-hmm.
So if you get a hold of my brother and pre-order, you can get any size you want, the triple XLs, the quadruple XLs.
Well, there you go.
So, but pre-ordering is going to end, I think, by early next week or something. I don't know.
Is your brother going to start selling salsa? Stuff like the I'm a salsa down at the ranch?
We should come up with one really stupid Opie and Anthony thing.
A ridiculous product?
Something just completely ridiculous.
Some people do have them, like Paul Newman and that stupid spaghetti sauce of his. It's good. Shut up.
Shut your
Eric.
face.
It's good. Out there in Brooklyn over your hot plate.
You also think Paula Abdul's good, so shut up.
Yeah. Listening to Paula Abdul music in front of his hot plate, stirring up some Paul Newman sauce.
Anything with P-A-U-L at the front, you're like...
That's good stuff.
Yeah, that's going to make me laugh on the replay. See, I'm laughing right now as I skate around the park.
Ooh.
Anyway, so he sat me down. I'm already signing these Opie and Anthony Spread the Virus T-shirts, and of course he promised that you and I and Jimmy would sign these shirts. So
yeah.
I'm going to be coming in here with a huge box of shirts.
Oh, great. Okay, and we'll all sit here and sign.
I'm just warning you now. Maybe we could do it during the show or something. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But that was one of his selling points, that the first 50 or the first 100 or something would get a signed shirt.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, at 11:01, I'm done with everything. That includes signing.
But they are really cool, the new logo and everything. My brother designs a lot of the stuff that you see involved with the show, like the WOW logo and things like that. So he came up with a real nice design. You can see it on opieandanthony.com, and get your pre-orders in now because it's whatever.
Very catchy.
You're running out of time. Yeah. And his not his email. I guess it's his. I don't know. He's using another email or someone else is helping him. You could email him at Dr. D-U-K, Dr. Duck.
D-R Duck or D-O-C-T-O-R?
D-O-C-T-O-R-D-U-K at AOL.com.
Dr. Duck, is there a story behind that
I don't
name?
know. I don't know whose email it is. He has somebody helping him. Or something.
Oh, okay. I thought it was his.
I don't think so, but somehow it's filtering that way.
Right.
So Doctor, spell out Doctor, Dr. D-U-K at AOL.com if you want to pre-order your Spread the Virus Opie and Anthony T-shirts.
Wunderbar.
All right. My brother needs to pay his bill, so help me out.
Pat from Moonaki. He's smart. Not like people say. I'm not dumb. I'm smart.
All right, let's go to Splooge Man. Hey, Splooge Man, what's up?
Well, I tell you, I'm a trucker, so I'm going to keep it short and brief.
Thank God.
I used to think y'all were just nuts. I thought the guys that were paying the extra money to get it were crazy. I've caught the virus. I need penicillin, something. I'm loving it. You guys keep it up. I'm punching out.
He's one of the guys that used to hate the show.
No, it's cool. We have spread the virus T-shirts, and then eventually, because we're so smart, we're gonna have I got the virus T-shirts.
Oh, I was cured of the virus.
That's right.
The virus made my genitals rot off.
All right. Before we get into the Paula Abdul and the Pat O'Brien, Dr. Phil exchange, we got to go to Andy here in New York. He's got a question for old Jimmy Norton. Andy.
Hey, I was with a Puerto Rican prostitute over the weekend. She was incredible. I go to Eros, New York.
Yes.
You know that one?
Of course I do.
Of course he does. Stop it.
Wait, what is that?
Eros.com.
What is it about? Help us out here, Jimmy.
All escorts. They have a bunch of cities around the country. You click on the city you want, and then under each city, the subheadings are like, massage, tantra, escort, blah, blah, blah.
Kind of like the whole Craigslist thing.
Yeah, but this is like more expensive.
Okay.
Did she give you the old poppy, too? Oh, poppy, I poppy. And that was all over for me. 5 minutes until she gave me the eye poppy, and that was all. And then we did some role-playing. You ever do role-playing, Jim?
Oh, my God, he's
yes,
really nervous.
I,
some rope. Andy, you all right?
Yeah, I pretend that I'm a DJ.
No, are you all right, though? You're breathing heavy.
Yeah.
I'm still thinking about her. She was incredible.
All right, so what you had some role play. She played a prostitute. You played a boring caller.
Yeah, and I tell her, listen, I'm the boss. Don't talk back to your fucking boss. Just a little hack, comedian, and you should never talk back to your fucking boss until your name is on the show. Until it's the Opie, Anthony, and Jimmy show. You should learn your fucking place, Jim.
Is there any reason that you really are bombing on this call? Please don't hang up on him. Don't hang up on him. Please let him keep talking.
Yeah.
What's the matter?
Nothing.
Andy, that didn't work out as well as you thought it would, did it?
No, I did. I made my point. The only way I can get the point across.
When you rehearsed it in your head, you probably said it a lot smoother than it came out on the air.
Don't act like you're trying to make a point. You're trying to be funny, and it bombed.
It really
bombed. Your bombing.
Long time. I've been listening since the first days in New York, and I love you guys.
All right. I'm punching out. Thanks, Andy.
Yeah.
Nice try, fatso.
That was awful. He didn't even say like the whole plot line of his gag was bad, and then the way he said it was.
Hi, Poppy.
I said, I'm the boss, and she's...
Huh? Ron, what's wrong?
What?
You're on the radio. Let's go.
Oh, hey, guys. What's up with that guy? He sounded like he was running on a treadmill.
He's a guy, he was trying to be funny, and it bombed, and he's like, I was just trying to make a point. No, you weren't, you fat fuck. You were trying to be humorous, and you struck out.
What a typical freaking idiot. I want to be in New York, eh? You know what I mean? Oh, my God.
All right, Ron.
That was I'm waiting for the car.
Come on.
Hey, Steve and Billy this morning. I think it was this morning. It was yesterday morning. That guy Sandy Kenyon was on doing the entertainment report.
Yeah.
And he said something about Melania Ganaros. And he comes out. You hear Steve in the background says Melania, and then Bill is all the way in the back. You can hear him, Melania Ganaros. They haven't let it go yet. That's the
really?
Same thing. It was pretty funny.
One.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, no
that
problem.
Big
hey,
argument
Jimmy.
that they had on
the air. No,
I'm
hanging up on him. All right, here's the deal. All right, we're an hour and a half into the show so far.
Are you going to spell out you're gonna have to lay the rules out now?
I'm gonna grade the show. I think us three are having an A to A minus show right now. The listeners' involvement, you guys are down to a C minus.
You guys are really, really slowing everything down.
You're really holding us back.
Your calls stink. The content, the delivery, the pacing is horrid.
We're doing an A minus show. You guys are giving us. You guys are doing a C minus. So you got to average. Unfortunately, there's a fucking grading curve here. That means this show's a B right now.
We're carrying our weight, people. We go to the phones, and you're bringing our average down.
All right, everyone's coming up with ideas for products. The O&A cum cleaners. eBay T-shirt, the Bob Ross T-shirt on eBay that we all signed is up to $500.
$500.
Don't need to take that call. Product bobblehead dolls, no thank you. Another product O&A toilet paper cozy, and another product that we should market. Little Jimmy tampons, thank you.
We don't need cum cleaners. We have them. They're called interns.
All right, let's
Big Duties J suggests the O&A laughing hat. Imagine a big dopey hat with our names on it. And you put it on before the show so you can laugh.
2 places for beer on each side.
Of course, straws that come down from each one into your mouth. Fun hat.
Should we get into the Paula Abdul thing? There's two big stories out there, the Paula Abdul and then Pat O'Brien with Dr. Phil. We'll do both here. Let's get into Paula Abdul. I did not see the Dateline special.
Get into Paula Abdul. I watched American Idol last night. They threw off the fat guy.
Finally, wasn't he the hack?
Scott.
He was the hack, right? That had a website, Vote for the Worst or something like that?
Yeah, a lot of people were saying he was the worst. But that Anthony kid is the worst. He's horrible. I mean, Scott was just as bad, I think, but there was just nudged him out a little bit vocally. But this Anthony Fedorov kid's gotta go. He's this milquetoast white jack-off like nothing. There's nothing special about him. And his voice is very mediocre. It's just, it's there. I think he should have gone. But I love how American Idol's getting real cruel with the contestants. There's 5 of them left. What they do is they separate into the lowest voted for and the highest voted for people. And then out of the lowest voted for, obviously they take one of them who had the lowest and kick him out.
Mm-hmm.
So it was Scott and Anthony. But we didn't know that. And at the beginning of the show, they go, okay, and Anthony, you can sit over on the couch. Because the couch is the safe area. All the other weeks, the couch was the safe area. So he goes, you could sit over on the couch. And he goes, oh, whew, sits down on the couch. Didn't say you're safe, just said sit on the couch. Then he goes, Scott, you too can sit on the couch. And he looks up and does that thank you God thing, sits on the couch. Then they tell the other 3 contestants to stand here on the stage. Now you're thinking they're the lowest voted, and one of them is going to be kicked off. And then he turns around and goes, you two on the couch were the lowest voted last week. So that now they're sitting there thinking they were safe, pulled the rug out from under them.
That's a little wacky.
It's cruel is what it is.
That's a little reality show turnaround.
A little twist.
They like to do.
Little twist. And then they threw Fatty off, which hopefully Anthony will go next week. I think the 3 that are left, the blonde chick,
I said
the black chick, and the rocker dude.
I only watched the first 2 episodes, and they showed that blonde chick from the farm that was very innocent. I'm like, she's winning. Done.
Yeah.
Done.
She's still on?
Yeah, I said that from the beginning.
She's still on.
She's one of the last 4 or something, right?
The last 3. There's 3 left.
Oh, wow. Okay.
There's the 4 left. Sorry. There's the stupid kid. Because I'm thinking Anthony's got to get thrown off. So I'm just looking at 3. And any one of those 3 can win. The blonde chick, the rocker dude, and the black chick. And I think the blonde chick, though, is going to get kicked off. It could be between Bo and Von Zell, if I remember the name right. Her name is Von Zell.
No offense, Anthony, but you might as well be speaking French.
Well, a lot of people watch American Idol.
No, I know. I don't really know these people. I know the blonde chick was kind of
The blonde
hot,
chick, though, is kind of plain.
Treadmill.
She's kind of plain, too. Her voice ain't bad, but there's nothing really outstanding about her. The black chick is really good. And that Bo guy, he's got a really good voice.
Big Bo fan?
And, well, he seems to have a lot of fans. He's kind of original for this competition. There's no other guys in the competition that have really come off like this guy. He's very professional. You could tell he's been in the business, knocking around with a local band for a while. The rock guy. And he's got a really good voice. And he does blow.
Was he the guy that blew off his band?
No, that was Constantine, who got
Okay.
kicked off last week.
All right.
Yeah. I'm keeping tabs on it.
All right. Thank you, Anthony.
That's your American Idol update.
So the Paula Abdul thing.
Yeah. This was a guy from a couple of years back that was in the competition, got thrown out because he didn't disclose some criminal charges that were against him. I don't know how good his chances were. I heard him singing last night. Didn't sound that good. But the big story is that right from the start, Paula Abdul became personally interested in this guy. Slipped him her phone number through a third party. He called her up. And she started talking about how she's going to coach him through this, not give him any preferential treatment, because by that point, the American public are the one that votes. It's not up to the judges anymore. But sometimes the judges' comments could kind of sway the people's vote, so they're thinking she really talked this guy up. She would give him the clothes to wear, took him out to have his hair done. They were out in public. They went out one night with friends of his, back to her house. He spent the night there a few nights, and this guy's saying they had sex also. Kind of scandalous, if you think about it, but it's Paula Abdul. What's the guy supposed to do? Say no?
Right.
You know, you got to have that in your resume if you're this guy.
Absolutely.
I gotta go.
Yeah.
I gotta go to the phone, Anthony. Stephanie in Jersey. Stephanie,
Hey,
what's up?
I just wanted to let you guys know that your Pat O'Brien little ditty with the Let's Go Crazy by Prince got hijacked.
What do you mean?
Howard Stern's playing it this morning.
What?
Yeah, I got an instant feedback about that, too.
That's Derek's.
I know it's Derek's.
Derek makes literally $15,000 a year for us. Lower? Lower than that. Oh, my God.
Oh, God.
And he came up with that thing before he went on vacation.
Uh-huh.
That's funny. What you know what it is? One of our asshole listeners took it and sent it into him just so he'd be caught playing.
Wait, which one
this
is that?
Is really funny. Check this out.
Are you kidding me?
I did it all.
An O&A intern. He's playing it. That's great.
That's wonderful.
That's good. Howard's playing our intern's material.
Yeah, the king of all media is ripping off our intern. Our glorified intern, because he's finally getting a
glorified intern.
A little paper in his pocket. Hit it.
Saved message Sunday 7:09
He's playing this?
p.m.
Hey, it's me.
Ugh.
I don't know what's wrong with me and why I'm like this, but I want to fucking go crazy with you. I'm so fucking into you. You're so fucking hot. I want to lick your pussy and make you come and suck your tits. I want to fucking make you fucking crazy. Look at me and say yes. Say yes or wait. I want you badly, I know you want me. Let's just fucking have fun. If you get this message, just go in the bathroom and leave me a voicemail. Bye. I want to suck your pussy, fuck dirty Jew, feed off of your face, higher under. So fucking hot. You are fucking hot. I want to fuck you. I want to fucking go crazy with you. Go crazy with you. I want to fucking go crazy with you.
Go crazy?
Don't mind if I do.
You have no more messages.
There you have it. That's our intern, Derek's masterpiece, Anthony.
I invented interns on the radio, so I could use any of their material.
All of radio rips me off. People were doing nothing when I got into it.
What an asshole. I swear to God, what an ass. This guy has been ripping off DJs for so many years. We were onto this thing years ago, but we were made to shut up behind the scenes. That's why he talks like that.
He played the Stevie Wonder one, too.
These are all we
played it almost every day while you guys were away.
These were all sent in by our listeners. We played all of them before vacation.
Those must just sound so great on regular radio. Beep. With a beep every 2 seconds. Must just sound great.
Beep.
I invented beeps.
It's just amazing that he'll come up with statements like this and then rip off. Literally, I mean, ripped off our intern.
All of radio rips me off. People were doing nothing when I got into it.
So he says that, and then he plays Derek's masterpiece. What a hypocrite. What a dick. Keep listening to us in your stretch Escalade limo, you ass. And make believe you don't.
Even the talking yogurt lid agrees with me, Robin, that I'm being ripped off.
Well, let's go to the...
I call him G Yogurt Liddy.
Let's go to the talking yogurt lid.
Oh, Anthony.
Talking yogurt lid.
That's my new favorite bit.
Love that character.
Well, thanks for that
See
update.
him on T-shirts.
That was another wacky radio alert, by the way, Anthony.
Yep.
All right, so the Paula Abdul thing. So then they just start banging? That's what this kid is claiming?
Yep. Claims that they had some of that there, what you call sex. And Channel 7 had a well, ABC had a whole report on it last night, and they brought in a bunch of contestants from that season, sat them down and talked to them. How did you feel that this was going on? Some people feel a little betrayed and that he had a better shot and it wasn't fair and she should be bounced as one of the judges.
Did they play the prank phone call? I only saw a couple minutes of the Paula Abdul thing.
It was a voicemail of hers.
Right, I'm sorry, the prank.
Yeah, because saying if the press calls to just not say anything.
We got that clip, but basically Paula Abdul had a statement basically saying this guy is a known liar.
A liar. This isn't
like
true.
That. This isn't true. Blah blah blah. So then the kid's like, "Oh really? Well, listen to this voicemail that she left for me."
If it's not true, why would you call the guy up and say, "Hey, if any of the press calls, just don't say anything to him."
Right.
Say nothing.
And why are there phone records linking you to him? I know that there's phone records.
Hours and hours. They showed one of his phone bills, and it's just hours of phone calls between these two.
And why wouldn't you... I won't dignify that with a response. Shut up. One of the contestants is saying you banged him, and you're going, I won't respond. Of course you respond.
That means guilty.
Of course it does.
She bought him a cell phone. They both went down to a cell phone store. Bought him a cell phone. This guy had nothing, didn't barely have a place to sleep, I think. Stayed with his parents. Bought him a cell phone just so she could talk to him and not have any kind of record of it. And, of course, there's plenty of records of it. This guy just turned around and really sold her out.
Well, he was an opportunist, too.
Yeah,
so
couldn't keep his mouth shut.
Well, here's the voicemail that Paula Abdul left this contestant.
To replay this message, press 1.
Hi, it's Paula. Call me back. Listen, if the press is trying to talk to you, you say absolutely nothing. Sure. That's all you do.
He says it's Paula Abdul apparently reacting to the news leak.
The people are crazy. I don't know if I don't know it's regarding them, but something's going on. Okay? I hope you're doing well.
Little relationship there. You could tell. Yeah. I believe the guy. I think he's a scumbag. He should have kept his mouth shut.
His book's 130-something pages.
Are you kidding?
It's like just a bunch of leaflets stapled together.
So, yeah, it's a pamphlet.
In large print, probably.
Yeah, probably a lot about his awful life and his nerves leading up to Idol. There's probably 2 pages of him fucking her, and the rest is just nonsense.
Yeah.
All right.
I fucked her, and when I came, I aimed for the Men at Work DVD.
You had sex with Paula Abdul.
Yeah, I did.
She was a judge on the show.
Yeah, she was.
Did you see anything wrong with that?
Of course. That's why we were keeping it secret.
All right. Ass.
Yeah, you
idiot. There's something wrong with it, but I'm fucking Paula Abdul.
Yeah. And now Corey has asked if this is a PR stunt, I guess.
I need to set the record straight for myself. And, unfortunately, I need to set the record straight for her, too, because she was a part of it.
Is this a publicity stunt for you?
No, this is me telling the truth. And it just so happens to be a very explosive truth.
Still, with his first record soon to be released, the connection seems obvious.
Of course you know why he's doing it.
Yeah, because he's recording some record, some album.
So was this pretty much Who Cares TV last night, eh?
Yeah, I was expecting a little more. The way they were pumping it up and the way stupid Fox trying to fight it, to get it off just made it bigger. And then when it aired, it was like, this is really nothing. You expect this big thing that she actually helped him move along in the competition and left these phone messages we heard about. I was hoping it was kind of like Pat O'Brien's phone messages, but no, it was kind of a non-thing. I think she'll just go along being the judge. I don't think Fox is going to bounce her or anything. And this guy, he's not going to sell any more albums or books because of this whole thing either.
You want the explosive messages? I just want to lick your balls. I want you to fuck you. Just act like you're into Emilio.
Get Emilio in there.
Speaking of which, where's
get Randy Jackson? Randy can watch.
Where's the new Pat O'Brien thing?
Of course you do that, though, when you're releasing a CD.
Yeah, anything to pump it up. I'm sure he's got his peeps that told him, look, is there any way you can get more publicity for this thing? Well, I had sex with Paula Abdul.
Oh.
There you go.
And his new stupid CD is called trinkets I own made from gorilla hands, and you can get it off eatabullet.com.
Oh, man.
There's some hot songs on it.
It has begun. It has begun. All right, we're going to take into the Dr. Phil, Pat O'Brien exchange, Anthony.
Yes.
We'll start by playing this little ditty from Ray from Deer Park, Long Island. It's Dr. Phil and Pat O'Brien.
Mm-hmm.
A little sex tape remix. They're still coming in, by the way.
Yes.
They're still coming in. This was kind of cute.
What's your objective? What is it you hope to achieve?
I want to fucking eat you and fuck you and suck your cock.
Hey, buddy, you need to slow down.
Lead off of your face.
This is nasty.
I want you badly. I know you want me.
What a creep.
I want to fucking make you come so much.
Any drugs involved?
Let's just fucking have sex and fun, drugs, fucking eat. Go crazy.
Okay, let's get some hookers and some coke and go crazy.
Get crazy. I don't know why I'm like this.
I'm worse off than you are.
Let's fucking have sex.
Okay, from behind.
I want to lick your cock.
Buddy, you are blowing it. I'll never look at Pat O'Brien the same way again.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
That was great.
That was good, right?
What's with that cadence he has when he talks?
Ugh. I don't know, but it ropes me in every time.
I think what you have to do... talk like a human being.
Maybe you just don't like the advice Dr. Phil is dishing out.
Maybe I don't, Jimmy.
When do you think maybe we should take Danny to see Dr. Phil? I think he did it to himself. What a southern dullard he is. Ugh.
Southern dullard.
At first I'm watching it, I'm like, all right, well, Dr. Phil is kind of coming at him with brutal questions.
Yeah.
He wasn't lobbing up softballs.
No.
But then I'm like, he's probably just playing the role of, I'm going to ask you the tough ones that everybody's asking. This way it doesn't look like it was a softball interview.
Right.
And then at the end, of course, you know.
Right, well, we got a bunch of
Told
clips.
him what he needs to do. Did he give him the advice?
Not really.
No?
No, I mean...
Scumbag.
One thing I'll say about Pat O'Brien, he obviously had to say what he had to say, but at least he didn't grovel. He didn't grovel, and he didn't cry.
Oh, that would have been
Oh,
bad.
and they wanted him to cry.
And he didn't.
Because that's what I saw when I was taking the stupid phone call, was that the close-ups on Pat O'Brien, they were just waiting. Waiting for that moment. And it never came.
He seems pretty sincere, even though you know he's full of shit, he got caught.
Of course
but
he is.
He's like, look, I'm taking it like a man.
Did he say that? Yeah, like, hey, here's what it is.
Yeah, he wasn't.
Didn't seem very remorseful about it. Or?
He's like, look, this is obviously humiliating. It's embarrassing. I mean, that was honest, of course. But he knows he has to say what he has to say. He's been around Hollywood long enough to know what he's got to do.
Yeah.
He'll survive it.
All right, we're going to take a break because Brian Regan's coming in today. I forgot to mention that. One of our favorite guests.
We love Brian.
Gonna go see him this weekend. Show.
It could
Stop, Liddy.
It could be kind of fun to have Brian Regan in here when we talk about the Pat O'Brien sex tapes because they come from two different worlds, Brian Regan and Pat O'Brien.
I don't think you've ever heard Brian.
Hey, I want to lick your pussy. Yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to lick your pussy. How about I fuck you in the ass? Yeah, that's it. That's what I want to do. 'Cause I'm lonely.
The big yellow thing is the clit.
God damn it, I was thinking
I know, sometimes we're on the same page, buddy. Anyway, yeah, that'll be fun. And Brian Regan has an exclusive story he's going to tell us, Anthony.
Oh!
Yeah, he woke up in a hotel and found that his friend was dead from an OD.
Wow, and he's going to talk about this?
He's more than willing to talk about it.
Wow,
because he
some
understands,
people won't even
he
touch
understands
on
that's what the listeners want to hear.
Wow.
They don't want to hear about him living in Vegas with his lovely wife and his son.
No.
They want to hear about the time he was doing drugs in a hotel in New York.
He doesn't seem the type that would have been booting up some heroin.
He's got a great story. He nodded out. He woke up and his buddy was dead next to him, and he called 911. He's going to give us the exclusive details on that when he comes in here.
The stiff blue one's my friend. And then the exclusive Ben's going to explain why his shirt looks like the day room of a mental institution.
Very funny, Jim.
It's very colorful.
It's
spring. It's striped.
It's spring. It's a spring wear.
And it almost looks like a sunset in layers.
Cool shirt.
Striped layers of yellow and gold and goldenrod. He's got a goldenrod in his pants.
Keep being a dick, Jim.
I'm not being a dick.
Good luck with your board meeting today.
I don't have to meet the board.
Oh, that's right. You're lucky. You would have never passed.
I know that.
Yeah, that happens in New York. These freaking what
You
are they
would-
called?
Co-op boards.
Co-op boards.
I had a board meeting. It was with our agent, Bob Eatman. Board meeting. Meeting is boring.
So Brian got stuck in that traffic, of course.
Did he?
All right,
So he's running 20 minutes late. So
The bomb traffic.
Yeah.
Do you see the way the news is reporting it? Apparently, Fox News is breaking in with these special Fox News alerts that they do every 5 seconds. And double blast in Midtown at English Embassy.
Yeah.
They're making such a huge thing out of this, and it's nothing. This was a prank. Me and my friends used to do this. Me and my friends used to hollow out around the beginning of the summer. Around this time, we would have fireworks for the 4th of July. So you get your bag of M80s. Which, by the way, you know, what happened to those good old days? By this time, years ago, you were already getting that list. That the guy, you know, everyone at work knew the guy that gave you the list. And you check off, yeah, I need a gross of these. I need some M80s. I need rockets. And then you'd give him back the list with the money. And then a couple of weeks later, you'd have your fireworks. And you'd have a shitload of fireworks. And you'd hear these things like now, from now till August, you'd hear fireworks.
Anthony, another wacky radio thing I had to do when I was working at WBAB, I had to go to one of these local July 4th parties. On a
Really?
side street. I couldn't even tell you.
Just some guy throwing it?
I couldn't even tell you. I think it was like Bayshore, let's just say.
It wasn't a city-sanctioned thing? It was just some guy's
No,
house?
because this is over 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Before they you know, all these party poopers out there wrecked that for us as well.
Cracked down.
So now you have to go to the local school or the local beach or the local...
Now that cities go, we will take care of your 4th of July entertainment for you. There's no need to buy fireworks.
Boring.
I know. What was more fun as a kid than putting an M80 under an
Anthony.
upside-down garbage pail?
I went to this party.
great.
I went to this party. Let's just call it Bayshore. I don't really know. The houses were pretty close together.
How high was the girl's hair at the party?
Oh, my God.
Was it 2 or 3 feet?
Well, she had the waterfall in front.
Then you were in Bayshore.
Yeah, okay.
Absolutely.
Were the police watching this display and applauding as well?
The
Could have been
police...
Howard Beach.
Yeah.
The police couldn't be...
Gotti used to throw a nice 4th of July party.
Well, the
John
police
Gotti.
couldn't be bothered back then,
Uh-huh.
and then you know they had to start cracking down, and now you light off one stupid bottle rocket in your neighborhood, and
there's a terrorist team
at
your house,
and some noisy the word of the day is do-gooder. Another do-gooder neighbor has to call the cops on you. Relax. But I remember this party at Bayshore. It starts off all nice. The one guy that's controlling the whole thing. And then the beers start flowing. Next thing, the guy, you're just waiting for disaster. I don't know why it didn't go off.
Sticking his face over the pipe that they launched the mortars from.
He's looking into the pipe. I'm like, oh, God. I'm going to watch a guy's face get taken off. Looking in, right? And then by the end of the party, it's just an all-out war like we're back in Civil War times. And it's like the South versus the North, and it's the houses across the street. That's it. And they're just fucking lighting things.
What's wrong with that?
Lighting things at people, bottle rockets and what have you, those little helicopters.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. Hey, you can hold these in your hand. They're like whizzing across the street. Guys with burn marks all over them.
And by the end of this party, it was just an all-out war.
Yeah.
It was insane, but so much fun.
That was the old days where you bought your own fireworks, you set them off in your yard, and it was a lot of fun. Now the city does it for you. But we would buy a bunch of these M80s, a bag full of nice red M80s. And we'd sit in the house. My friend worked at a place called Struthers. It was some engineering place. They had these pipes and threaded caps, and he would bring one over, pretty good size diameter, maybe a 2.5 inch diameter. And just looking at the Photoshop of the kid with the broom from Harry Potter that we were talking about earlier, the toy broom. They photoshopped the kid. They took the back of the broom off, so now he's just holding the front of the broom handle by his crotch. It looks like a big cock.
Like you suggested.
And it's my baby picture head on it.
You were
That's
such
young Anthony.
You were such a cute little boy,
I was
Anthony.
so
Look at you.
tussleable.
Look at you. Well, yeah, that's on the Photoshop section of whackbag.com.
Michael Jackson's in the lower right-hand corner.
Yeah,
Very
he's
funny.
He's
guys.
looking on. So, there's Norton.
And there's Norton
Look at
making his
Norton.
open mouth face that they've used so many times on Photoshop.
That one is really fun. I know it's a visual. I'm sorry, but when you get home,
Go to the Photoshop thread on the whackbag.com message board.
Yeah, every day there's some funny Photoshops going on.
We would hollow out these M80s and put them in the pipe, empty it out in the pipe. And then we would go to the school, and every year, on the football field of the school, they had the bleachers, and then they had the big, I don't know, it was that big plywood box on top of the bleachers that they would announce the game from, and it was always locked up.
Yeah.
And we would put the bomb in the door, light it, using the cigarette timer fuse that every kid knows, every secret agent child knows. You'd pop the filter off the cigarette, and you stick it on the fuse and light the cigarette. Puff it real good so it gets all cherry red, and then you put the cigarette on the fuse.
Oh, so you got time to run away.
Now you got time to run away. The
Nice.
cigarette burns
Sure.
down, lights the fuse, and then you're standing, you're like really far away looking, and everyone's just fixated on the fuse. You can't see it, but then all of a sudden you see like a little spark, and you know that the cigarette successfully lit the fuse, and it's only seconds before the bomb goes off. And it would go up, and I swear to God, half of the door would just blast out, wood would go flying, and we loved it.
Mm-hmm.
Who doesn't like a good explosion? And my point, in this whole long-winded story, is that that's what this sounds like.
Oh, we're back to the bomb thing, right?
Yeah.
What
This
kind of
isn't
place was it
a
in?
double grenade bombing at the British consulate that needs 20 Fox News alerts. This is some idiots deciding they're going to set off what amounts to a homemade little bomb. That's what I think.
But are there any
And
teenagers that are pranking, just going, hey, let's do it in a British consulate?
Well, I mean, there's something to the story, but Fox News is showing the video, and they got a reporter on the scene, and they want the dramatic video. And the guy's sitting there doing his stand-up report, and there's people going to work behind him with their book bags and stuff.
Yeah.
Not too impressive, the video, Fox.
No,
Sorry.
no. They
They're
show
always-
the planter. Look, it's fractured.
They're always reaching on. Well, God, sorry. I hate stating the obvious. Sorry about that, guys.
What?
Where are you going up?
They're always reaching on Fox News. Sorry. Yeah. Jesus. The sky's also blue today. I'm sorry.
Window
inform you.
shattered. I just don't see. They said they saw a guy put this in the planter, light it, and run away.
Yeah.
No claims of responsibility. No,
It's a protest of some sort.
You think?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be done outside the British consulate if it wasn't.
Well,
I'd say he was trying to kill
election
people.
day.
I think
over
it's
there in
I
England.
think it's a presidential election.
It's a protest.
Or something like that. I don't know. Whatever. Those limey bastards. Who cares?
They closed 15 blocks for what amounts to a little friggin' homemade bomb.
All right, Anthony. We as we go to break here, we do have the Arnold prank calls.
Mm-hmm.
We're kind of stalling a little bit because we think the Brian Regan, Pat O'Brien stuff could be a nice little thing.
Yeah.
Nice little thing.
Want to hear,
You want to hear
Pat
the Arnold
O'Brien
prank
and,
calls?
Brian, comment on it.
Because of that wacky radio alert earlier. I'm hoping to get
Wacky
one
radio
more
alert.
wacky radio alert before the end of the show today, by the way.
Yeah.
It reminded us of the soundboard prank calls. And, well, we're going to sound like idiots, but we really were the first show playing these. I know. But
First, no one did this before me. Ugh. I did it all. Tell him, Fred.
Well, that's why he wanted to shut us up.
I can't tell him, Howard. My head is up your ass. Fred would tell you if he wasn't embedded in my bunghole.
Oh, Howard.
Oh.
You're so right.
Oh.
Shut up. Give me 3 more balls.
You son of a bitch. How are you?
All right, who you want to speak with?
I'm Detective John Kimball.
Charles Kimball?
Yes.
This is Cotton's Barbecue. I asked for Charles Kimball?
Yeah.
I asked for somebody named Charles Kimball. Charles Kimball. So could you describe Charles Kimball?
Yes.
Could you tell me how Mr. Kimball looks?
I'm Detective John Kimball.
Detective. Oh, he's a detective, John Kimball.
Hey, I'm a police officer.
Oh,
I'm a cop, you idiot. I'm Detective John Kimball.
excuse me, sir, but this is Cotton's Barbecue. This is not a police station.
What a dummy.
Oh, brother.
That's a pretty good
What
one.
a stupid employee.
She's a cook. Oh, God. She's a cook. Wow.
Oh, it's only out of my left ear.
Yeah,
I hear this.
This one ain't going to work, Eric.
Hello, cutie.
I was getting it in both.
Were you?
When he said hello, cutie pie, I was.
All right, let's
The ring came in one ear, though.
Well, it was 3 minutes long, too.
That's a long one.
Yeah, let's go with this one.
Gator Lodge.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm all right.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions, and I want to have them answered immediately.
Okay.
Who is your daddy, and what does he do?
Who?
Who is your daddy?
Who are you talking about?
Who are you?
Well, who are you?
I'm Detective John Kimball.
Hey, this is a motel.
I'm a cop, you idiot. I'm Detective John Kimball.
Well, if you're a cop, you idiot, come over here and talk to me, okay?
You son of a bitch.
And I don't know what he does. This is a switchboard at the Gator Lodge.
Stop it.
I don't stop nothing, you idiot.
Stop it.
She's yelling at a recording.
Sounded like another
cook.
Attempting to bring an outside movie clip into this situation.
Very nice. One more here.
Thanks for calling Hitter San Jose. This is Kay. How can I help you?
How are you?
Good.
First, I would like to just get to know you.
Get to know me?
Yeah.
Well, sorry.
You son of a bitch.
What?
Stop whining.
Stop whining?
Yeah.
I'm not whining. What are you talking about?
Who are you?
I'm someone that works at this restaurant.
You lack discipline.
What?
You lack discipline.
Do I like discipline?
Yes.
You need to call a different line. This is Hooters. You don't call here talking like that, all right? Bye.
All right, well, there you have it.
Yeah, this is Hooters. You don't call here and talk to me like that.
God forbid.
At Hooters.
Has her snatches hanging out of her stupid sports shorts.
Awful shorts that they wear there.
Oh, those tired 1981 used to be sexy nonsense outfits.
They're awful, those shorts.
A note to Hooters. Step it up a little bit.
Yeah.
And the stockings that are flesh-colored.
They wreck everything.
No leg whatsoever. You're not seeing any piece of her natural leg. They might as well just spray paint over their legs. Ugh.
Here's what the new outfit should be. You take the stockings off.
Yeah.
You cut a gigantic hole in the pantyless crotch and make them wear toilet seats over their heads. That's the new outfit for Hooters.
Some might say it's degrading.
All right, as we go to break, some poopy humor. What the hell? Some poopy humor.
Oh, okay.
Well, because that guy said how brilliant we
now
were.
we got to show him.
We got to show him how brilliant this show can be. I think when we get back, we'll have Brian Regan here. Hopefully.
As we leave you on this Sunday morning, here's me taking a big poop. Sometimes a poop is a good thing on a Sunday morning. Something you'd like to share with your neighbors, your friends. Here's me and the sounds of dumping. Oftentimes, we don't have time to show you the poop. Today, here's me taking a dump, and then me showing it to you. Oftentimes, we like to leave our viewers with a little something from the outside. Today, it's me taking a poop. Here's me running to the outhouse to take a big old Harry. And as we leave you on this Sunday morning, the sounds of pooping. Because there's nothing better than a good poop.
The very worst of the Opie and Anthony FU line.
I want to send a fuck you to Goose. Goddamn, you'd think somebody whose nickname is Goose would be smart enough to punch out Maverick. Punching out.
I want to send a big ass-raping fuck you straight up to Walmart. They kicked me out of Walmart for listening to the Opie and Anthony Show, XM 202, uncensored, and of course I was offending a couple of people. Pardon me for spreading the virus in the land of goddamn enchantment. Walmart, Fuck you.
Yeah, this is John from Jersey, and I'd like to say fuck you to my wife for not giving me the stink box last night. That's why I fucked your sister.
This FU goes out to my ex-wife, Renee. This is May, and guess what? It's my last fucking month of child support payments. I've been making them for 15 damn years. I hope you choke. I hope you fucking starve to death. I'm glad it's done. I love my kid, but fuck you.
FU to Ryan from Centerport, New York, Long Island, for winning at Hold'em every time. F you, Ryan.
Big FU is for Anthony, for buying underwear. I'm 29 years old. I have never bought a pack, a box, or however underwear come in my life. They get raggedy, I wear them, and my wife gets sick of seeing them on me, and she fucking goes to buy me a new pair. And before that, my mother bought them for me. Jesus Christ, going to the store and buying goddamn underwear.
I got an FU for fucking Excel Meat. You guys have me show up, pick up a trailer, and it's not loaded for at least 34 hours, so I have to hang around some little fucked up town in Nebraska with the smell of cow shit and death in the air when I could have spent 3-4 hours hanging out at a brothel or a cat house somewhere doing something constructive with my time. Fuck you, meat packers.
Call the Opie and Anthony FU line at 1-866-FU line 1, 1-866-FU line 1. Well, fuck you very much.
Wake up, wake up, wake up. Yeah, I'm so tired of waiting for us to wake up, wake up, wake up. Yeah, I'm so sick of waiting for us to make a move. Wake up, wake up, wake up, and we will never lose. Wake up, wake up, wake up. It's time to make a move. Wake up, wake up, wake up, and we will never lose. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
That just came in? Uh-oh. We're back with the Opie and Anthony program. Thanks for checking us out today. We greatly appreciate it.
Yeah.
The show is getting just more gooder every day, I gotta tell you. We're kind of stalling, man. Brian Regan is in town. He's doing a huge thing at Caroline's. He's going to be there all weekend. He sells out, so the shows could be all sold out at this point. I think he's just coming in because he's a friend of the show.
Right.
And,
we're going.
We're all going. I think we're gonna go. I think we're gonna go Friday and Saturday. Yeah.
Really?
I love Brian Regan, and he changes up his set. I love the comedians that, because we do a lot of hanging at these comedy clubs, and I love the guys that you see the early show and the late show, and you're almost seeing two different shows. I love that about some of the comedians out there. And then other guys, man, it's the same exact act. I mean, from the first word to the last word, even the little impromptu thing where you're thinking, oh, he's riffing a little with that audience member. It's like, oh, my God, no, he's not.
That's why I like, Kevin Meaney. It's different every time.
There was one time, I swear to God, he was doing a joke, and he said and then the next show, he didn't say and.
Get out of here.
Unbelievable.
I don't care.
That's the kind of stuff I'm talking about.
Hey, did you guys hear? This is funny. I should bring this up.
Yeah.
The new Tommy Lee show.
Oh.
That's all I have on it.
Good one, Jimmy.
Yeah, reality show. He goes back to college.
Does he?
Yeah.
Is that what it's about?
Yeah. How
really
fucking stretched and forced is that? That's what it says here on the sheet.
They've run out of reality show ideas. They just really have. It's
put a heavy metal guy in a funny
watching
situation.
these.
I don't know. I don't know about that because every time there's a dip in the reality shows, then something pops up like the Osbournes, and then I hate to admit, but that Nick and Jessica show was pretty goofy and fun
for a little while.
Take a peek.
It's the whole voyeuristic thing. We like looking in for a couple of minutes, but it gets boring.
Do you watch Surreal Life?
No.
Can't get enough of
I
Surreal
got bored
Life.
of that too. It was like
the last one with Mini-Me. Naked all the time, and China drinking the whole time, and Peter Brady banging that young piece of ass. I mean, it was a really good season of the Surreal Life.
You know what I do to catch up on the reality shows? You watch that on E! Entertainment. You watch Soup. You ever see the show Soup?
Talk Soup.
It used to be
It
Talk
used
Soup?
to be Talk Soup. Now it's just called
Soup.
The Soup.
The Soup.
Yeah, and the host is very funny, and they show you all the clips that you need to see. without any filler stuff. If something funny happened or surprising, boom, there it is.
Not a bad idea, Anthony. Not a bad
Present it up
idea.
to you. Because I just can't stand... I don't know anybody that's watching Survivor anymore, yet the show is doing well.
It's getting massive numbers again.
How does that happen?
I don't know. Because it's the same show. It really is the same show.
The shows are all
I used to
just
be a huge Real
awful.
World fan back in the day, but then they started doing the exact same shows just in a different city. You had the gay guy, you had the black guy that just hated Whitey or was all about his blackness. I get it. The girl that's a lesbian.
I saw you pick your scabs, and then you put your finger in the peanut butter, Buck. Me and my boyfriend, we're in love, he's cute.
By far the best one, San
That was
Francisco.
San Francisco.
You're dating yourself now,
With the
unfortunately.
AIDS guy.
That goes back, God,
Yeah.
8 years now, probably.
Long time.
7 years, I don't know. Anyway, let's go to the cooler. He's calling us from overseas.
Oh.
Bruce Kelly.
The ONA virus here in London. Hi, guys.
Hi, Bruce.
Hey, Bruce, how are you?
Hi, guys. How you doing, Bruce Kelly?
Yeah.
So you're in England today.
Right now, I'm standing in front of Albert Hall at Hyde Park. Why am I here? Because we're covering. By the way, that's not the ocean. That's just traffic going along here on High Street. Cream. The Cream reunion concerts are going on at Albert Hall.
Oh.
Hey, who's running the 80s channel while you're over there, Bruce?
Who gives a shit? I don't care.
You
Someone
do.
is.
You do,
Yeah,
sir.
right.
You
Hold
do.
on. Let me go into this phone booth. Yeah, Cream.
So anyway, Anthony.
He's gone. He was on hold from England for 15 minutes. Longer than that. It was about a half hour.
Yeah, it was through that.
He was sitting there on hold from England for a half hour for Opie to hang up on. Yeah, the big Cream reunion is happening.
He doesn't have his MiFi. They don't get the XM over there, right?
No, they don't get it over there.
Oh, please be stupid enough to call back.
He
Please,
absolutely
please,
is stupid enough
please,
to
please,
call back.
Please.
He probably thought
Just get the phone got disconnected.
disconnected. Get in this phone, but what was he calling from? His cell phone?
Probably one of those international Blackberries or cell phones or something.
Did you guys hear my Stewie impression there? It was close, right?
Oh, well, no, I didn't catch it.
Well, you're going to have to catch it on the replay. It's close, though. I got to work on that one.
So the Tommy Lee reality show should be a good one in college.
Jimmy's trying to do a radio seg,
That's
and I
right.
love him for it. And we had a little banter about reality shows, and then I could go, well, speaking of Tommy Lee,
Yeah.
Jimmy, remember yesterday we were talking about the confrontation we had with Tommy Lee, and I said we would get the tapes on the program.
Right.
Speaking of hanging up on somebody, what's the setup? Tommy Lee called in, Anthony. He was trying to make one of his many comebacks with another stupid music project.
I think this was his rap phase, wasn't it? Where he was hanging out, and it was Tommy Lee, all gangster. Oh, what a wigger wannabe ass.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Methods of Mayhem. Some of the beats on that thing weren't bad.
Yeah. They should open up that and then have Gene come out and do Firestarter.
Oh guys,
Oh,
wait, we got Bruce Kelly back on the
go!
line.
Thank God.
All right, Bruce.
Sorry about that, guys.
What happened? You went to a phone booth?
Satellite phone, you know.
You got
it's a satellite phone.
You got one of those satellite phones?
Yeah.
Where'd you get that?
Engineering.
Oh,
They sent you to England with a satellite phone?
Well, how else would I call?
I don't know. Couldn't you just, as they say, drop a dime?
The phone booth. Put a
Why, doesn't it
pence
sound
or
better
two in the phone.
Doesn't it sound better for $2,000 a minute?
Actually, it sounds really, really good. Are you in a phone booth now, or?
No, I got out of the phone.
Oh God! Do you know also what the satellite phones cost to make a call?
Hundreds of dollars.
Nah, it's pretty expensive though. Mine, you get like 30 minutes a month for the price.
Really?
And then after that, it's like really expensive per
You
minute.
have one?
Yeah.
Dude, I
I
just
go to places sometimes that don't have cell phone
my
access.
my phone bill is normally $100 a month. I got this plan I got locked into years ago where I could just make calls whenever I want, as long as I want. I could talk to LA for 6 hours and it's still just going to cost me $100 a month for my bill, right?
Yeah.
So Bob's office sends off the bills for us to sign, and I see my cell phone bill. It's $458 for 1 month. I'm like, what?
What were you calling?
So we got to the bottom of it, and it was international roaming charges when I was in the Bahamas.
Wow.
At Atlantis. International roaming charges.
How many people were you calling when you were in Atlanta?
Not a lot. That's the scary part. A little check in here, a little check in there. I think Ben, and then international text messaging, and that's I think the text message that Ben sent me that Mitch Hedberg died while we were on vacation.
Really?
And I get this bill for $458. International roaming charges.
Wow.
So anyway.
Yeah, I used the satellite phone on the cruise ship because you're in the middle of nowhere, and you got to keep tabs.
Right.
And you could talk to people.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Please call back, please.
Oh, he will.
Please,
He's an idiot.
please,
He's
please.
probably like, damn, he's cursing the satellite. He's shaking his fist up at the sky. Damn you, satellite! Cut me off. It's my big moment.
Brucey, please.
Call up.
All right, yeah, so Tommy Lee was calling a bunch of stations for his latest project. And we got along with Tommy Lee over the years. And what happened was we were fortunate enough that the night before, his ex there, Pam, was on Larry King talking about the HEP and all that, and pretty much making some outrageous claims about Tommy Lee.
Yeah.
Trash talking the guy. And we happened to have him on the next day. So just like what happened yesterday with Jimmy Chamberlain, of course you got to mention it.
Got to talk
This
about
is the headline. This is the thing people want to know. Your ex was on Larry King trashing you. What do you have to say? So I think that's a setup when he called in, and he got really, really pissed off at us, and this is how it went. If you're on hold, stay there, but we got to go right to the hotline. Tommy Lee.
Tommy.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Hello, Mr. Lee.
What's up,
What's
Tommy?
up? What's up, guys?
No, we were just talking to everybody about paying for it.
I know, I heard the conversation.
Yeah, escorts and hookers and stuff. I have to assume you've done that a couple of times at least.
I think everyone should own one.
Yeah?
Yeah.
When you're Tommy Lee, you don't have to, though.
Yeah, see, that's just it. You go out, you pick up some chick.
He's a rock star, and he has a mule the size of a small community.
Everyone knows about that. Everyone's seen that on the tape.
Yeah, that made for some great Thanksgiving viewing, Tommy. I'm so glad that we get to talk to you today, because I've always wanted to thank you. We brought that tape to Thanksgiving dinner, swear to God, and watched it upstairs while Mom and Sis and the aunts were cooking the turkey. We all went upstairs to see you rail Pam.
You perverts.
You know something, though? You're lucky. You're lucky that you were endowed like that, because it was a big hit. People saw the tape and went, wow, look at Tommy Lee's hog. And you could have been one of those guys, a little puny thing, and then you'd be going through life embarrassed.
Yeah. Okay.
You got to be psyched that got out there. Who you kidding?
Hell yeah.
If I got a 14-incher, I want the world to know.
I'd be happy with 6.
Hey, Tommy, I got to ask you. I saw Pam on what the hell was she on last night? CNN.
Larry King.
Why are we even talking about the P word?
Because she was claiming.
I gotta go, guys. Bye.
Are you kidding? Are you kidding? He hangs up for talking about Pam.
What a faggot.
What a dick.
Man, we turned on him fast, huh?
Yeah, we certainly did.
I didn't know you brought it up. That's cool.
Yeah, because it was. I remember seeing that. I did watch it.
Yeah.
The night that it was on.
And he doesn't even attempt to go with it.
What a fucking baby, real rock star.
These guys just don't get...
Are people confused as to whether they're still listening to the recording or if it's us live?
We're live now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay, I'm sorry.
Like I'm listening to us going, this could just be a...
a continuation?
On the continuation of the conversation.
Yeah, we went back live after the hang-up,
We've been thrown off the air for 2 years. Now we're back.
Yeah, now we're back.
The surprising part of that phone call, I didn't know Jimmy Norton was part of our show back then.
I know.
I'm hearing you pipe in. I'm just kidding.
All these old tapes. I'm waiting to hear like a tape from AAF of us and Jimmy. Hey, how you doing, guys?
Right.
Like, Jimmy was with us back in Boston.
Some groveling words for a celebrity. Hey, I love your drumming.
But these guys are delusional. Of
Tommy,
course.
tell us about that big 14-incher. Oh, what, my cock? No, the kid in your pool.
Why are these guys... they expect us just to sit there and go, so, tell us about the new project.
Yeah. I gotta go, guys.
Who's in the new band?
The P word.
It was on TV the night before.
Right.
And it wasn't confrontational the way you got into it. You're like, look, she was on TV last.
Yeah.
Why are we talking about the P word?
And I gotta go, guys. So then we talked him into calling back, I guess, later in the same show.
We're good at that. We could talk you into calling us back.
Later in the show, and this is where it gets pretty good, actually. Tommy.
Yeah.
Tommy. What's up, man?
Hey, why you guys call me a dick, dude? What's up?
Because you called up like we want to
Oh, yeah, okay, I remember this.
Yeah.
So his peeps got back to him and said, hey, man, they're looking really bad. They're calling
called
you
you
a dick and stuff because you hung up on them. And,
Yeah.
Oh, he called back?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And they're like, come on, these guys, supported the crew, and they're supporting your new project, and come on, man, we need, basically, I know what they were saying behind the scenes. You need all the help you could get with this new project.
And he looked like
you really should
really
call
bad.
back and smooth things over with these guys, because they are really cool, and they do support you in the end. So, of course he's going to call back with the rock star attitude, like, why you calling me a dick, man?
Tommy.
Yeah.
Tommy. What's up, man?
Hey, why you guys call me a dick, dude? What's up?
Because you called up like we want to talk to you about a little bit of everything, and you hung up.
You know what? You hold on. You were told not to. You were told not to bring up the P word. What do you do?
No one told.
Holy crap! That will enrage us. People don't tell us what we can and can't talk about when these guys call in.
You were told.
We were
You were
never
told. I told you. The Motley Crew.
You fucking uninteresting bore.
What a liar to even just say we were told. We would have never accepted the interview.
On their first get-together.
He's not talking to a tiny little rock station in the middle of New Hampshire where, okay, we're desperate. All right, if it means we're not going to have him on the show, I guess we'll not mention that huge story that hit CNN last night.
This is plugging his wares to a huge audience right in his demo, and he chooses to come off like an ass.
You were told. I remember this just enraged me, and then it was like, game on.
Oh, remember, the whole time, keep in your mind, this is the old Opie.
What do you mean?
This is the angry Opie. This is the Opie that didn't probably during this call sit back and go, I'm going to take a breath and step away from this for a second. This is the...
Oh, that guy's still in me. Oh, yeah.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. He's just resting.
But...
He's just resting.
The old Opie.
No, he's just resting.
Like a volcano.
Oh, yeah, he's just resting.
Dormant for a while.
Don't ever underestimate. What I used to say? The psycho factor in my head.
Oh.
All right, let's get back to this. We got to start over. I'm sorry.
Tommy.
Yeah.
Tommy. What's up, man?
Hey, why you guys call me a dick, dude? What's up?
Because you called up like we want to talk to you about a little bit of everything, and you hung up.
You know what? You hold on. You were told not to. You were told not to bring up the P word. What do you do?
No one told
Tommy,
us
no
anything.
one tells us what to do, first of all. And you were the
What's
big...
that?
No one tells us what to do. No one told us not to bring up Pam's name. We would never agree to that, okay?
Yes,
you were the big
were.
pussy for hanging up after we asked about it instead of trying to talk your way out of it.
You guys did agree to it.
We did not!
My tour manager talked to your producer. That's bullshit.
Nope, we would never agree to that. Sorry.
That's kind of a big story that we wanted to hear about.
What, dude? You know what, guys? What year are you guys living in? It's like, dude, turn the page, guys. I've been divorced for 3 years.
Turn the page. Turn the page. It was big news last night when she was on Larry King accusing you of this. Don't you think it's a current story if Pam is on Larry King saying pretty much that you gave her Hep C?
What was big news, guys? What was big news?
Big news that she's on Larry King accusing you of giving her a Hep C.
Dude, you know how many months ago she accused me of that?
It doesn't matter. It happened last night on Larry King. Of course we're going to bring it up.
She talked about it last night.
Hey, you know what? She talked about it in some other stupid magazines as well. Who cares?
Yeah, but this is the first time we're talking to you, so we'd like, maybe talk to you about it.
Maybe get your side of the story. You've never really given your side of the story, right?
You know why? Because it's nobody's business.
Well, she's made it everyone's business.
Of course she is. She's an idiot.
Well, I would just love to hear your side of it. That's all.
If an ex is accusing me of some crazy things, you know what? I'm going on the biggest program I can find and calling her a liar, a C, a twat, every name I could figure out.
Guys, I don't do that. That's not my style, okay? I don't do that crap. That's why I just hung up the phone. I was like, you know what? I got to go. Yeah, because it's not my style, guys. It may be your style, but it ain't mine.
But you look like a pussy just hanging up. We were totally confused. You didn't even say the first time you're on the phone, hey, guys, I thought we agreed to this. You know what? I'm telling you man to man that it never got to us that we couldn't talk about Pam because you know what? We wouldn't have agreed to this interview.
You call me a pussy, I'm hanging up.
Pussy.
Jesus.
Wow, we need Tommy Lee to make a good radio show.
If you say that, I'll take my ball and not play.
Oh, man, you know. End of tape, back live. There you go.
You don't conduct an interview and talk to a man like Tommy Lee like that.
He threatened us with that.
That's funny. Call me a pussy one more time, I'm hanging up. Pussy.
Oh, yeah, there wasn't even time to think about it. It wasn't even like,
pussy.
Do I or do I not? Let me think.
Hey, guys, I don't do that. I don't do that. I just punch him in the face.
Yeah.
Fucking idiot.
That was the end of our relationship with Motley Crue, unfortunately.
Too bad.
You know, but what can
Who
I tell you?
cares? Mick Mars can't even tie his own shoes. Gives a shit.
And Vince Neil, I think we had Vince on after that, actually. But now that they're all together, they decide not to do our show in the last press junket.
Douchebag.
Ugh.
Shouldn't you be checking your skimmer for a sippy cup? Ass.
Yo, dog, that ain't news.
Yo.
Yuck.
Chief wants to know, when does Opie call Tommy a fuckface?
P-word.
By the way, Jimmy and I haven't talked about that on the air. Well, I told him that it took 2 minutes to just
get... P-word what, pigger?
It took us. It took a 2-minute conversation to clear the air about what happened that day. 2 lousy minutes, and all the message boards spent I don't know, 3 or 4 days speculating and like crazy. I was walking through Barnes and Noble. My phone rings. It's Jimmy. Less than 2 minutes later, it was like, yeah, all right, cool, whatever. I mean, and that was that.
It was that fast.
Tommy said simple. Bullshit in that call.
Yeah.
Oh, did he?
Oh
wow. And that was regular radio.
It's nice to hear it that without the bleep.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if that was...
No,
did
that's...
we dump out of that at the time? Or...
No, well, I don't... Well,
maybe we did.
Maybe. I don't know. Okay. But, yeah, the Jimmy and I thing, it took 2 minutes to solve. There was nothing really to solve. We knew at the time that it was just 2 guys that had a lot of angst and anger in them, and we needed to get it out. That was it, really. And your dad was so fucking cool at the HBO taping, came right up to me. Because, I mean, Jimmy and I go way back now. We're really good friends off the air, and it was just like almost like brothers fighting.
Yeah.
And your dad gives me a hug. He goes, dude, I just want to let you know I completely understand. What, he grew up with brothers or something?
Half brothers.
And he said, we used to fight like that all the time. I totally got it. I just want to let you know that. I'm like, whoa, rock. Thanks, buddy. Because I was a little nervous to see your parents after the HBO taping because of what went down with us. And they were so freaking cool about it.
Did you yell at my son?
Yeah.
You straighten my son out.
Brian Regan's
He was
here?
banging interns 2 at a time. And he couldn't get a... that's good improv.
Sorry.
Think of a beverage, fat tits. Liddy wouldn't have done that.
Get a club soda at the table.
They couldn't get a bagel too. Thanks, Liddy.
He's talking through the lid again, Anthony.
Oh, I love Liddy.
Jesus. It's Jimmy and George over there.
The new character that's sweeping the nation.
Oh, see, Jimmy and Dannon would have been funnier, I think.
Why?
Well,
call him Danny?
Or Dannon and
we
George.
We have a Danny, though.
No, Dannon, because it's yogurt. And, I don't know. Well, it never works when you try to explain it. Brian Regan's outside, Anthony. We take a quick break, and we get right into the Brian Regan.
There he is.
I think this would I hope Brian appreciates that we stalled all morning to talk about Dr. Phil and Pat O'Brien, because I think he would have an interesting
a shop teacher shirt.
What is he doing?
Doesn't he look like a shop teacher?
Oh boy,
Jesus.
We love this guy.
Wow.
If you've never heard Brian Regan, you better stick around. He's great. He's one of our faves. Okay, so we'll do that next. But as a little teaser, I guess Nathaniel. Because I guess Nathaniel saw that Danny came to the table with something today, so Nathaniel's like, oh, yeah?
Look at the competition.
I love it.
These guys are just out for blood.
They're great. Danny comes running in with the Kelsey Grammer audio, which we love. And then Nathaniel's like, screw that. I'm gonna produce something really fast for the boys. And you came up with the Rosie O'Donnell, Pat O'Brien remix.
Oh,
the remix is still coming in, by the way. And we encourage you to still bring in the remixes because the story is now hot again.
Mm-hmm. I hope the spot wasn't blown up by that awful bit from earlier with the soundboard.
No. The wacky station that we listened in on.
What, that was your call?
No. I'm just saying, like, I hope the Rosie O'Donnell thing hasn't been ruined now.
Oh, I see. Yeah. No, not at all. I think it looks like you have a lot of confidence in what you threw together here, so.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
It's terror.
You better sit down.
Okay.
Terror. You better sit down. Nathaniel's taking a seat. This is Nathaniel's creation.
Yes.
You'll probably hear this on Howard by Friday, now that he's ripping off our interns. Here you go.
Hello? This is best Simon.
I want to fucking go crazy with you.
Yo, we
That's nice.
I want to fucking eat you.
Yeah.
And fuck you.
Yes.
And suck your tits.
Give me a shiver.
I want to fucking lick your pussy and make you come so much.
You coming?
I want to fucking suck your pussy.
Yeah?
Feed off your face.
I changed my mind.
Lick your ass.
I changed my mind.
Hire a hooker.
Yeah. I'm gonna go now.
That's very funny. Oh, you're getting an applause from everyone.
I changed my mind.
Danny who?
Wow, Nathaniel stepping up to the plate and again over the fence.
You know, Nathaniel, take the rest of the morning off.
Yeah.
Seriously, just kind of stroll around the office feeling all
Whatever.
good about yourself.
Be all cocksure.
This is where Jim's going to say, I sit around and do nothing anyway, right?
No, I won't. I was going to say, why don't you send Danny, have him grab you some coffee?
Yeah.
Well, there's an idea.
I really want you to take the rest of the morning off. I just want you to stick your chest out and just kind of look
Just
around.
walk around and let everyone know that you were very successful.
And make
today.
sure you tell everyone in the office that they played my bit and they liked it today.
Yeah.
That's right.
I'll go around like the cock of the walk.
Cock of the walk. Exactly.
You know, he should plug his next comedy gig for that.
Oh, where are you going to be?
I will be at the Comedy Cellar tomorrow evening at 7 p.m. at a laugh-off. I wish you could see the quotation marks because I don't really like that name.
Well, let me say this. Brian Regan, Brian Schmegan.
Yeah.
I think I'm blowing off Caroline's.
To see our own Nathaniel.
Nathaniel.
Very good. We
Yeah.
got to play that again before the end of the show. That's really good.
And maybe on the break, you can walk around and talk with Liddy.
Oh, there you go.
Real bonus.
Oh, my God. I didn't even get the whole Liddy thing until just now. I am just lost.
It's Liddy.
I know. I got to
It's
throw myself under the
Yogurt
bus.
Liddy.
I know.
That's what we're calling him.
See, during the replay, I'm going to now enjoy that because I was not listening
Very
properly.
good. He could talk about the Watergate break-in.
Yeah.
Hey, I didn't do nothing.
All right, all right.
I am not a crook.
All right, we're wasting time.
Satirical, Jimmy.
Ben's giving the break sign because Brian Regan's ready to go, so... yeah, just hit that thing.
Learn to play poker with the Opie and Anthony Show.
No. Oh, God. He spilled my chip.
I'm sorry, sir.
Okay.
Now clean it up! That's right. Be a poker player, just like your father.
The Opie and Anthony Show.
Are you happy now, Opie? Are you happy?
All right. Someone take the ball.
That's the Foo Fighters?
Yeah.
I like
No. Queens of the Stone Age.
That's David Grohl, right?
Yeah.
David Grohl, my fucking kindergarten teacher.
Absolutely amazing to know that all that talent was just hanging out with Kurt Cobain and Kurt could care less.
He's a good drummer.
Yeah.
He brought a lot of songs to Nirvana, and Kurt was like, yeah, whatever.
You could just tell from the success he had after Nirvana that he wasn't just one of those drummers that kind of just show up for the gig. You know?
Right.
Who's the other guy besides him?
Oh,
And
Chris
what?
Novoselli.
Nah, he was...
Who? Where? What?
Well, he was
He
just...
started a new band recently, actually.
Yeah, but who cares?
He was just Kurt's friend, and, you know, whatever.
Certainly isn't a Foo Fighters.
Is he a bassist?
He's a nobody.
Was he the one that threw the bass up on Saturday Night Live and hit himself over the head?
Yeah, he threw his bass up in the air. It came down and smacked him on top of the head and knocked him the fuck out. He's like crawling off stage. It's hysterical.
It was live?
Yeah. What an idiot.
Oh, it's hilarious. One of the best moments in MTV history.
Couldn't have happened to a nicer person.
He almost was knocked out cold. He staggered.
Sweetie, you have a little egg on
I
your
know.
Let me get it.
I got to shove this
Let me get it.
There, you got egg on your face.
Oh, come on.
in. Me and Tommy have egg on our face.
Well.
Hey, let's get Brian Regan in here. He's playing Caroline's this weekend.
Hey.
Here in New York.
Here he comes. Oh, you're on. There he is. Hey, Brian.
Hi, sweetie.
Take a seat. Brian's fine sitting right here. There's not many people I actually enjoy sitting in that seat.
That's right. Only if they lack melanin. Right or wrong, Ant?
Well, Jesus Christ. Yeah. Won't ever see
Like
a
what?
Tippy Tom sitting there.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing all right. How you guys?
Good, good.
You talk to me later after you have breakfast,
I
Opie.
will.
See, that's the way we operate here on the show.
We take turns eating.
I see.
The show's finished. Look, I have my banana peel and tin
Okay.
foil. And
The show starts at 7. Ant and I do some cute banter
Uh-huh.
while Jimmy eats. And then after Jimmy's done, he now joins the program. And then Anthony listens a little bit, and then he shoves down his bagel and tuna fish.
And then I eat.
And then I need like a second breakfast right around now.
So you can, if you have 3, you can do it. You got
3
one guy
people,
eating while 2 talk.
One guy, it would, if there were only 2 guys, it would sound really stupid
Yeah.
for one guy to be talking and the other guy not talking or talking with his mouth full.
How was your morning?
But 3 guys.
3 guys.
Perfect.
Works out great.
4 would be great. One could actually nap.
Uh-huh.
Because we get a little sleepy in the morning.
One could eat, one could talk, one could jump into the console and suck all their cocks.
Yeah, if you got enough guys, you just got to make sure you got enough guys for that sort of thing. It's all a numbers thing,
Yeah. That's why some shows, I guess, have a lot of guys.
Yeah.
You never know what's going on.
When you go into a radio show and there's only one guy, that's not going to happen. But
No.
when there's a handful there, you're like, hey,
Who's under the console?
Yeah, you don't know. So there have been some grenades.
Yeah, apparently you were stuck in some traffic.
Well, I was stuck in Newark traffic. I
Oh.
flew, well, not Newark. I mean, Newark to here. What do you call that? I don't know if
traffic.
there's a name for that traffic, but
It's called Phil. They just call it Phil.
Really?
It's traffic from Newark.
Okay.
Through to Lincoln, right? From Newark Airport.
Correct.
Yep.
But we heard on the radio about the grenadings. I don't think that's a word.
Grenading.
The grenadings. But the last I heard was that the grenades were planted in a planter.
Yeah.
Is that what you do with the grenade? Don't you pull the pin and haul? You pull the pin and you bury it in a planter?
You're supposed to throw it. Like anytime I saw it, you throw it.
Yeah, you run as quickly as you can when you do that sort of thing.
And then throw away. Or you take cover.
You don't have a little gardening shovel, and then you pull the pin and then you start digging a little hole. What are you doing? I'm doing a terrorist act. Hang on, I've got my little gardening spade, and I got to get this, like 6 inches deep, and now I haul.
Got a little ruler to make sure he's planting it deep enough.
Yeah, it's got to be. I don't know how low you're supposed to plant those things.
Plant a grenade.
That's what I heard.
Planter.
That's
Yeah.
what I heard. It's probably incorrect information, but anyway,
Well, it
more
turned out to
morons.
be really nothing.
Good.
It was
good.
just it was fake grenades.
Yeah.
It was one of those. What I heard was it was one of those grenades that bosses put on their desk, or you see at a department store in the complaints section. It says for complaints, take a number, and the number is on the pin.
Oh,
those
yeah.
things. They're a scream. Who would want to blow one of those up? Because they're just such a scream. And then someone hollowed it out, put some black powder in there. And the news was so eager to sensationalize and scare us with this that they actually tried to make a tie-in to the Oklahoma City bombing. They said the grenade was hollowed out and filled with black powder, which could be made from fertilizer, which was used in the Oklahoma City bombing.
Man.
It was like 6 degrees of separation to Oklahoma City bombing. They're trying to... what did I hear? I heard bombing, New York City, Oklahoma City bombing. Must be the same thing. They love scaring the crap out of you on Fox News.
Opie is officially finished and
he has
can now
up his
join the
paper.
conversation.
A couple of swallows and I'm
And
right
you're
back
done?
in. And I'm back in.
There you go. That's what the guy under the console says. Full of swallows and I'm back in.
Back in the saddle.
Hey, Brian, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good.
Doing all right, man.
We were just talking about grenades.
Oh, yeah?
Here in New York City. There seemed to have been a little problem.
Very good.
Grenading. As Brian so eloquently put it.
Grenading.
Brian, we stalled the whole show to get you in here.
Man, I'm sorry about being late.
We still did good radio. It's not like the old days where we just stink and wait for you. We actually did some good stuff.
All right.
But we wanted to save the Dr. Phil Pat O'Brien stuff for you.
You familiar with Pat O'Brien?
Yes.
Pat O'Brien's situation?
I saw some of it last night. They had it on TV, right?
Did they play any of the tapes?
Some of it. Of course, everything was bleeped out.
Have you heard his name?
What?
Even Betsy's name was beeped out.
Betsy's name was
Yeah,
bleeped
it
out?
said expletive, and then it said name when they beeped it out. They didn't
Wow.
put Betsy.
Because we have
that's his
the
girlfriend?
unedited. Well, that's one of the girls that were
Oh.
supposed to be involved in this.
Oh.
There was see, he's married.
No.
Divorced.
He's divorced.
He's divorced now, yeah. But he has a girlfriend, I guess, named Betsy.
Okay.
And then another girl that he was trying to seduce
Mm-hmm.
to share his bed with him and Betsy.
I'm going to go out on a limb, and I'm going to say that I don't think that Brian does coke and makes these phone calls.
Wow, you're really going out on a limb there.
I'm going to say you're not like Pat O'Brien, where you get all jacked up and then want to have all sorts of sex with other women.
I'm going with Pat O'Brien's answer.
Oh,
Well,
thank
wait,
you.
it was Sunday. It was Sunday.
Oh, is that
I wasn't working. You know what I mean?
Is that an excuse?
That's what he said. Well, wait a second. It was Sunday now. I wasn't working.
Have you heard the tapes unedited?
No.
Oh, they are a scream.
Oh, they really are.
Now,
good.
I know. I've seen your stand up many times, and I've never heard anything that even comes close to what was on these Pat O'Brien. Now I don't know how comfortable you're going to be listening to some of this.
Maybe
Brian.
we shouldn't be playing these.
Can
for
you guys
Brian.
bleep it? Can you guys bleep it out for me?
Um,
so I won't actually have to hear the rougher language.
See, this is satellite radio, and we're not allowed to bleep. It actually has to
Oh,
go
it
out.
has to go out
There's an
unedited.
FCC law. They
right.
figured they
That's
have to be
weird.
involved in some capacity, so they said we're not allowed to be clean. We can't bleep, or else we'll be fined.
Well, this is how the other radio stations were playing it.
You are so hot. And I want
What?
so hot. You are hot. Let's do it. You are so hot. Please leave me a voicemail. Go to the bathroom and leave me a voicemail. Bye.
Saved message Sunday, 8:34.
I don't think that word was incredibly.
Yeah, well, that's
You are so incredibly hot. I don't think they were bleeping incredibly.
I want to debate you. But I want you to include my girlfriend. I want a three-way debate, like a presidential debate. The three of us talking about controversial topics.
I'm trying to get the other one, but I don't know how.
What,
to...
the bleeped one?
Without the beeps, there were only like 4 words
I
that
know.
he actually said.
Yeah, he
It was like, I beep, want beep, you.
Well, let's well, Brian's never heard this, so we'll give him a little sample
All
here.
Right.
That's the same thing.
That sounded like a fish tank.
I really need Eric in here. I don't know what he's
Opie.
doing right now.
You can't work the machine.
That was water in a fish tank.
How bad does it feel for you that an intern is running in here now to help you?
Well, how do I go to the other track, Eric?
Show him how.
Don't you just highlight and go? I don't know.
Remove.
Remove? Are you insane?
Hey, wait a second.
Have that
what kind of
remove.
button?
That's you just removed the one I wanted.
Uh-huh.
Oh, now he's...
Remove that.
Remove that.
Oh, all right.
We like yelling at him, even though we don't know what we're doing. But come on, remove that.
All right.
Stop it.
I just repeat whatever word they're saying and say it a little louder. If he was saying replace, I just go, replace it! For Christ's sake.
All right. We're a bunch of dummies, Brian. What can I tell you?
Yeah, I wouldn't know how to work it.
It's all this new technology.
Here's a sample of the tape, sir.
Okay.
Brian Regan, go ahead.
fucking sexy. I want to fucking go crazy with you. So, I want to fucking go crazy with you.
Saved message Sunday, 7:09 p.m.
You are so fucking hot. And I want to eat you.
I
I
want
want you to suck my cock. I want to fuck you.
to. Wait. He said I want to date you.
I want my girlfriend to eat you. You're so fucking hot. You are fucking hot. Let's do it. You are so fucking hot. Please leave me a voicemail. Go to the bathroom and leave me a voicemail. Bye.
Saved message Sunday, 7:48 p.m.
I'm so fucking into you. But Betsy's so jealous. But let's fucking have sex. And I want to lick your pussy and suck your tits. But you have to be into Betsy. I told Betsy that you're into her. And if you get this message, just look at me and say yes. lick your pussy and make you come so much.
All right, no, wait.
Oh, you
that
got a comment,
could
Brian?
be taken out of context.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, you know,
never
I mean,
thought
like,
of it that
yeah,
way.
I mean, did you hear the whole thing? The whole thing in the proper context. Maybe it was wholesome.
It could have been something like, what I would never say on a recorded message is something like, I want to lick your pussy.
Exactly.
Right.
He could have said, could you imagine if I was the kind of guy that would say this, and then he says those things?
Right.
And of course I'm not, and if they edit that whole part out.
Yeah.
That's a good observation.
We never looked at it that way.
I just like watching Brian listen to these tapes. He's squirming a little, like.
Can you believe the way this guy was so worked up that
Wow.
he had to leave messages like this on this girl's machine?
Well, she was in the room.
That's what we
That's
hear.
what's so weird about
I
it.
What was it, a room? I heard it was a restaurant, but what was it?
No, I thought they were at their hotel, and they were at a restaurant originally. This is what it was on Dr. Phil last night.
Uh-huh.
And then they went back to the hotel, and he's calling. It must be a hell of a hotel room that you're calling someone on a cell phone. I don't know how large that hotel room. That's what I heard.
In the room. Well, he was probably with Betsy.
Yeah.
He was with the Betsy girl, trying to talk her into the whole thing. So maybe the other girl wasn't in the room.
It was probably like a suite.
Yeah, or maybe a suite. Maybe she was staying in another room
Oh,
or another
all right.
bedroom in the suite.
Well, no, if he says wink at me, you know,
Yeah.
it's got to be in the same.
They could picture this, if you will. It's him, Betsy, and this other chick in the suite.
Yeah.
Betsy, he's trying to talk Betsy into the whole thing. But so he's trying to let the other girl know that once he talks Betsy into it, let's have a go on this.
Game on.
Game on. So he can't be telling this hot chick that, you know, face to face, because Betsy will look over and go, what's he talking to this girl about? So he's secretly on the phone trying to negotiate the deal. You even hear him like, it's almost like a businessman. Come on, let's do it. Let's do it. Like he's closing a deal. Come on, let's do it.
I think
Let's
that's
start sucking some cock and eating some pussy here. I'm a go-getter.
Coffee is for Betsy.
All right, let's go back to the tapes, because I think Brian's enjoying these, Anthony.
If you're into me, wash your hands after you
yeah.
take a leak.
All right.
And get crazy. I don't know why I'm like this, but I want you badly. I know you want me. But you have to be the Betsy, too. So when you get this message, if you agree with me, say yes.
Saved message Sunday, 7:51 p.m.
I'm getting turned on by that voice.
This is where it gets really, really blue, Brian. I hope you can handle it.
Just look at it. If you agree with anything I've said, just say yes to me. Or wait. I want to fucking go crazy with you. Drive you nuts.
Saved message Sunday, 8:34 p.m.
Hey, it's me. I'm so fucking into you. And you have to pay attention to Betsy, but let's have fun. I want to fucking eat you and fuck you and suck your tits and watch you eat Betsy and lick your ass. I'm so fucking into you. It's incredible. Check this message and then just say to me, yes. And kids can watch us. Let's just fucking have fun. I'm so fucking into you. So fucking hot. And I don't do this for a living. It's like new to me. But I want to fuck.
For a living? Who does this for a living? I don't do this for a living. No. Go to unemployment. Have you told somebody you want to lick their ass today? Did you try to tell someone?
That was the
you wanna
weirdest
lick their
part
ass?
of the whole phone call. I don't do this for a living.
I don't do this for a living.
Jesus.
You won't see this on my resume.
Crazy.
Saved message Sunday, 9:04 p.m.
Hey, it's me. You're so fucking hot.
Yeah, no.
That's just like all of a sudden, I'm not into it, but the three of us to get together, I want to fucking suck your pussy, talk dirty to you, watch you and Betsy eat each other, suck my cock, beat off of your face.
No, he said, I want to, and then started listening. So, I want to suck my cock? Didn't it kind of come off like he wanted to do
Well,
that?
he's on a coke-induced binge. He's not thinking of grammar. He's jerking off in a bathroom while fucking Betsy sits out there and bores their guests.
Well, let's go.
I don't care whomever sucks my cock.
Let's go to the expert, Brian.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. That about covers
I think he took it too far with the whole beat off on her face. I think
it
that,
was all
I think
nice
that was a little
and-
too much.
It was sweet, innocent, and romantic
Yeah.
up until that
Until
point.
that.
He should have said.
Again,
I was going to say grammatically, he should have said, "I want you to fuck Betsy and I."
And I, right.
Get another woman up. Hire a hooker. Let's get crazy. Get some coke. So you get this message. If you agree with this,
It's like a contract.
look at me and say yes. God, you're so fucking hot. I don't know what's wrong with me. I don't do this. But I fucking want to just fucking make you crazy. Make you fucking crazy. Convince Betsy that you're into her. I'm gonna watch you guys make out.
Make out.
make out.
It's all
Make
cute.
out. We'll definitely make out. I want to play spin the bottle.
Like, how do you follow that?
Heaven. I want to, hookers. We'll get some hookers, some drugs.
I want to give you a peck on your cheek.
I love the scenario he conjures up there. You, Betsy, eat each other. I want to hire hookers. Let's get some coke. I want to juggle chainsaws, walk a tightrope.
Shit in your mouth and rent a movie.
And then I want to hold your hand, and I want to walk in a park with you.
You and Betsy could brush each other's hair and do your nails.
He should have
I want-
started with the
Make out.
Yeah, the make out.
Yeah,
And-
you
and-
start.
You don't end there.
Yeah, you should start there and see how everyone is with that one.
And then after we're done getting crazy, then we're gonna walk out in the moonlight, and we're gonna look at each other lovingly, and talk about our futures together.
Over a glass of wine.
Over a glass of wine, maybe a rosé.
Here's this big closer. I want to jerk off in your face.
I want to jerk off in your face, then I want you and Betsy to share a malted.
Yeah, once you hit that one.
At Arnold's.
So you get this message. If you agree with me. I don't know why my phone doesn't take messages, by the way.
Oh.
We can have any of these fucking hookers do. Let's just fucking have sex and fun, drugs, fucking eat. Go crazy. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Look at me and wink or yes or something. And kids can watch that sex dance.
If you're into fucking me, please wear a pink carnation and stand there smoking a Lucky Strike cigarette in the hotel lobby.
Well, where
He's got
is
his little
she?
code words.
Where is she that she can wink? I don't
Yeah,
get that.
the whole
just
setup.
wink at me. What is she, 2 feet away, just sitting in a chair while they're talking to each other on a cell phone? It's so odd.
I'm thinking this is the setup. Then they go to work the next day, and she's at the office.
No, he doesn't do this for a living. Remember?
Right.
Yeah, he doesn't do this for a living.
Good point.
I don't know, because she, I guess they're saying was in the room or very close to him. She was obviously somewhere where she could have winked at him.
Maybe the restaurant downstairs?
Because there's people around. You can hear there's people
Yep.
around. He's going, there's not just the three of them in a hotel room.
And he's talking kind of low. Like that.
There's people around. He's probably running into a bathroom.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just tie a yellow ribbon around that tree.
Jerking off right now in the bathroom. There's some guy looking at me.
Want to beat off in your face.
Jesus.
What a classic.
So when did these come out? Like the morning after? They were on the internet? Is that when...
It was a friend of...
you imagine having to wake up to this?
Yeah, no kidding.
Oh, my God.
I want to jerk off on your face. I want me and Betsy to eat your pussy and lick your tits. And hold on. Yeah, I'll have the vinaigrette. Yeah, with a little more pepper on there. Yeah. Okay, I want to lick your asshole and jerk off in your...
No, not you. Not you. You just...
Not you. No, you could leave.
Yeah,
That was
you...
my order.
Would you like to hear the special?
I'm giving the specials.
All right, well, so the big sit-down with Dr. Phil was last night, and I guess
Yes.
Brian
I saw some of that.
Put a huge batch of French dressing on your face. Some creamy Italian.
Well, what if he just says everything with that same zeal, you know? I want you to bring some breadsticks to the table, and I want you to clunk them down like you've never clunked a bread basket on a table before. And I want the rolls just hanging over the side of the bread basket, you know, like nice hot rolls.
I want a Coke, no ice, and a straw, and I'm going to suck that straw.
I'm going to suck the Coke through the straw.
Suck it.
Oh man.
Oh, these fajitas are so hot. These fajitas are so fucking hot.
So it was Pat O'Brien and Dr. Phil last night. Norton saw it as well?
Yeah.
What was overall, what were you thinking there?
Again, at first I thought, wow, Dr. Phil is really asking tough questions because he really wasn't letting him off the hook. But then as it went on, I realized, this scumbag, he's doing what he thinks he has to do to make it look like he asked the tough questions, and at the end he lets him off the hook.
Lets him off the hook.
Like, I know that you're a good person. And just
deep down.
Yeah, crap.
What about the letter that was sent in, the nice letter? You know, it almost sounded like kind of Pat, you know? Not Pat, no pun intended, but the guy that somebody wrote in saying, boy, it's been such a pleasure working with you, and you know, it was like this real, like, you know, really good-sided letter to try to compensate for all that other stuff.
For all that. One letter ain't gonna do it.
3 hours long to compensate.
It could be signed Jesus Christ, and it still ain't gonna cover it.
All right, well, let's go to some of the clips here.
Let's hear some of the clips.
Everybody's got to hit a bottom, and I hit my bottom that horrible weekend in New York City.
I licked it.
Do I remember most of it? No, and that's what a bottom is. It was a weekend of fun, I thought, a weekend of drinking, and which turned into a little bit of craziness.
A little bit of craziness. Understating. A little bit of craziness. Brian, how many times you have a little fun, a little drinking, and you're on that cell phone?
A little bit of craziness.
A little craziness.
I'm going to sound maybe like the only person that's like wondering this, but you know, he was with his girlfriend. If his girlfriend was willing and the woman was willing, where was the harm?
Right.
Yeah. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Something tells me she wasn't that willing. Not Betsy, the other one. Because
I don't know.
If she was willing, why the hell are they on the phone? You close that deal. There's no need to make 10 phone calls.
I'll bet you she flirted or did like, oh, I'd love to get with you two. You know how dumb women can be. And he was just trying to be funny or to be endearing.
And he just picked up on it.
Coked up.
With his Coke and his Cialis hard-on and his frothing mouth, and couldn't get it out of his head. That's a guy. He could not get that out of his head and had to pursue it. And that's what happened.
He's got a slug trail of clear stuff down his thigh.
Oh, hey, it's like whatever the girl's name is. Hi, I'd like to introduce you to my girlfriend, Betsy. Oh, Betsy, that's a nice shirt you're wearing. You want to fuck her? You want to lick her ass? No, I was complimenting her shirt. I
was just saying that. I like that color.
Yeah. You all know what that means.
And he probably flirted with her, and she probably didn't want to tell him to shut the fuck up, you're annoying me. And she probably went, oh, Pat, you're too much. And he took that as like, that's a signal. Like,
well,
but
Pat,
she
play your cards right.
But to take the devil's advocate, she took 10 cell phone calls, you know. I mean, if she wasn't interested after 2, why is she continuing to take the phone calls and
I
tape
think those are messages.
Huh?
I think those are
messages. I thought they were having a conversation.
No, he just seemed to be the only one that said it.
Those are messages he left.
Oh, okay. I thought they deleted everything she said out, and I thought that was a little unfair, you know.
I thought her voice was,
next message.
Yeah, you're so fucking hot.
If you want to eat Betsy's ass, just press 0.
All right, let's go to another clip here.
Now, you and your girlfriend were out in New York City, correct?
Yes.
You go to a restaurant, you and your girlfriend, and you encounter this other woman. We'll call her Jay, Lady J. Are you drinking at the restaurant?
Yeah, absolutely.
Drinking heavily?
Was it a Sunday afternoon? I think it was a Sunday afternoon. Went to a restaurant, drank a lot as I normally would do on a Sunday afternoon. Time off, not working. A single guy with my girlfriend in New York City.
Any drugs involved?
There was a small amount of cocaine. I used to do a lot of cocaine back in the 70s and 80s. And cocaine trumps everything. What happens is your mind says, don't do this. And the dicks of his body says, keep going. Party, go, 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 go.
So you're drinking and doing coke?
Small amount of coke, a lot of alcohol.
Small amount of coke is kind of like being sort of pregnant. It puts you at a whole nother level.
It's a horrible, horrible drug.
Oh, you tell him, Dr. Phil. You tell him.
I tell you, Dr. Phil doesn't pull punches.
First of all, there's no small amount of coke. No such thing. When you're doing coke, you do it till there's no coke left, and then you get more coke. Or you spend the rest of your day getting coke. If he didn't have coke, he wouldn't be making these calls. He'd be looking for coke. You don't stop doing coke during the day. You run out of coke after doing massive amounts of coke.
Brian,
That's how it
Brian,
works.
you agree with that, right?
Yeah,
Right?
I concur.
Remember the 80s, Brian? We were all just snorting up.
Yes. You know what I hate about what I hated about coke in the 80s is at least pot. You know, everybody at the party's welcome to some.
Yeah.
Even if you're not interested.
That's
Hey, you want
true.
some? No. Hey, how about you? No. Everybody's welcome to some. Coke parties would faction off. People would go into other rooms.
Closets.
Yeah, a bedroom door would open and some guy would come out and go, "Hey, Charlie and Susie, come on in."
Come
and
here.
you're sitting out on the couch, you know, watching Andy Griffith. Wow, what's going on back there? You guys are missing a great Andy Griffith episode. You got to check out what Aunt B's up to. What are y'all doing in there? Charlie, Susan.
Oh, man, that's brutal. So true.
You nailed it.
Only your bestest pal.
That's what I
got to
hated
come
about
in.
it. That's
Yeah.
what I hated about it.
You're
Was
getting-
that, you know, if there's a drug or something at a party, everybody should be welcome to it, even if you ain't interested.
It's like you're getting picked for a team.
Yeah,
You know?
that just spells it all out. Because you could be at a concert and sitting there, and some guy you don't know next to you go, "Dude, you want to hit?" And
yes.
you just smoke pot and watch, Charlie Daniels.
Yeah, or you pass it on, and everything
yeah.
is cool. But Coke was not
is-
like that.
No,
Very
not getting any of
selective.
this. And even as a friend, sometimes you'd have to beg. Come on, give me a little.
You're my identical twin, for Christ's sake.
Come on, you got enough there. A little bit. Just one. Please. All right.
We're literally joined at the hip. We're Siamese twins, and you won't share? It's going to get in the system anyway.
Look, I'll suck your cock. I'll get Betsy in here.
Yeah. Oh, poor Betsy.
Man, a little bit of coke.
Let's go to another clip.
So you, your girlfriend, and this other woman, you leave the restaurant.
You leave and go back to the Four Seasons in New York
Mm-hmm.
and have a couple bottles of
It's a great
champagne.
plug for the
and
Four
then, to be
Seasons.
honest, I've just been told what happened the rest of the time.
And you began to call this woman on her cell phone from your cell phone, although you were in the same room.
I don't remember making the calls. I do not remember that at all.
You were making the.
Phil.
Did you? Why did you not just get up and go talk to her?
I was loaded out of my mind. I was loaded.
What I'm trying to do is just get straight in my mind. You're making these calls to a woman that's 20, 30, 50 feet away.
I'm in the other room. And I remember picking up the phone. I don't remember saying what I hear. I have no memory of saying hookers and cocaine. That's not me. In fact, that wasn't me on the phone.
Just even in that context, when he goes, hookers, cocaine. He just picks him, let's pick some up and fuck. And just gets all dirty again with Dr. Phil. Me, you, Betsy, Dr. Phil, everybody. Come on.
Did Carl Young?
We'll juggle.
Did Dr. Phil ask the question we all want to know, if they had the threesome?
No, Dr. Phil didn't get into
Oh,
that.
come on.
Are you kidding me?
He talked about what a great dad Pat O'Brien is, and they showed pictures of his son who
Oh,
does
yeah.
resemble Rocky Dennis. It was awful. Sorry.
See, the Four Seasons, I mean, those are the kind of hotel rooms, I guess if you have a suite there, it'd be big enough where you could call somebody on a cell phone.
That's a great
This
place.
would not be happening at a Motel 6, you know?
Yeah.
I'm sitting on my twin bed, and she's over on the other twin bed, so I pick up my cell phone, and I call her, and I'm like, hey, you see Betsy and I over here on this twin bed? Would you want to walk the 1 foot over here and, and join us?
If you're into this, walk over by the sink that's not in the same room as the toilet. I have one of of those real thin towels that are frayed and have holes in them.
Oh, we got the nice letter from. Let's go to this.
Oh, the sweet letter. We got
this
that
is the
now?
nice letter.
Yeah,
Okay.
we didn't have this.
The letter that makes up for everything.
But we got
Neutralizes the whole deal.
We got an amazing staff here, and they came up with this because you mentioned it, Brian. Let's see. Okay, here it is.
Great
It is a huge, huge thing to step up and acknowledge this and deal with it instead of running from it.
I've surrendered myself to this program, and step by step.
I want to tell you something I know about you that you don't know I know about you. I have had a number of opportunities to observe you when nobody knew that I was watching.
Creepy.
And what I have seen is a dedicated, loving, and sensitive father
Insensitive father?
that made it all about...
They should be playing "Let's Go Crazy" as Dr. Phil gives.
Is that music really happening in the background during while they're saying this?
There's a fireplace in the background. They're sitting on these two nice chairs in a suite, and there's a little fireplace burning.
The fire's burning. It's so fucking hot.
Yeah, it's
out
so fucking hot.
that boy. Honestly, genuinely, that's Pat O'Brien. This is not Pat O'Brien. And out of the people in this world who know that, put me at the top of that list.
Thank you, Phil.
And to whom much is given, much is expected. It's going to be interesting to watch you continue to overcome this.
I won't let you down.
Oh, God. I won't let you down.
And Dr. Phil was spying on Pat O'Brien.
Yeah. Lurking in
And
the bushes.
Pat O'Brien didn't notice all the camera crews around.
So next time he's on a coke bender and drunk, and there's two chicks naked on his bed in a hotel suite, and he's ready to pounce on him, he'll go, you know, I can't let Dr. Phil down. I'm not going to partake. Sorry, gals, I'm out of here. Yeah.
Sure.
Right.
Or he'll just make sure he's not being observed. He'll look out the window to make sure Jeffrey Tambor isn't staring at him from through the bushes.
Jeffrey Tambor.
Fucking
I always
asshole
thought they looked
Dr.
exactly
Phil is.
alike.
Stupid, perfectly
Hey,
coiffed
hey
mustache.
Douchebag. Here's the nice letter from the coworkers, by the way. That was another clip.
Okay.
It says, Pat, I remember how encouraging you were to me in the first few days leading up to the launch of The Insider. Undoubtedly sensing I was restless about whether I was going to stay in this frenzied business. When dealing with the craziness and tooling up, you took precious time you didn't have to compliment my work ethic and insist that I stick with it. I know and will never forget what Pat O'Brien is truly made of. You have shown me a passionate, good-natured, hard-working professional, and that you are a proud father and a strong leader. Take time for yourself. Another one has written, the benefits of finding yourself again will be worth the pain, the suffering, even the embarrassment, anger, and sadness, because then we get to have all of Pat O'Brien.
It makes my heart warmer to hear those letters.
Makes my heart so fucking hot.
My heart is so fucking warm.
That is really bad, isn't it?
Dr. Phil should be executed.
It's just awful.
Do you concur, Brian, that Dr. Phil should be executed as Jimmy has?
You know, I didn't see the last 15 minutes. I saw the first part like you did, and I thought he was, going after him and making him answer the questions. But I didn't hear that last part till just now,
It's all
with the
schmaltzy and nice.
with the music in the background. Was there literally like a guy with a violin that came up and
Can you imagine?
started playing it
next to him, like the table,
like leaning over in between them?
That would be a good parody for SNL to do.
They won't think of it, though, believe me.
Of course they won't. Let's see. Here's another clip.
That is you. That's your
That's
voice.
not me.
But that's your voice.
That's my
I understand
voice.
you say
me
that's
saying that's on someone's phone. I do not remember making that call, but now that I've heard it, again, there's a key line in there, in that I don't know why I'm doing this. I still don't know why I did it.
No, the key line is, I want to get hookers and eat your ass. Stupid.
Not, I don't know why I'm doing this.
That's not the key line.
The key line.
Yeah,
The
let's
line
go back
everyone
to that
remembers.
key line.
The one thing without fucking pussy or ass in it he picks is the key line. The key line is call me back.
That's the key line. That's the line everyone plays. That's the line we've been playing for weeks.
Of course.
Here it is, the exclusive Pat O'Brien audio. I don't know why I'm doing this.
Whoa!
That's outrageous right there.
Pat's confused. Back after this. Yuck. Who are these people outside the studio? Does anybody know?
Yeah, they're the ones that can do the photo shoot for us.
Oh, we
Do a
got to
little
take
photo
new
shoot.
publicity pictures.
Brian, we're big stars since last time you were here. Big stars now. Did you read our exclusive interview in Hustler magazine?
I have not.
In Hustler.
You want to give Brian a copy of our Hustler magazine interview?
Get him a copy, Hawk.
The July issue. We're big stars now, Brian.
Brian's interview is in
man.
highlights. And we end up in Hustler. Right next to Goofus and Gallant.
Yeah,
you'll
Goofus
find.
and Gallant.
We're doing all the big magazines now there, Brian. We're really moving up in our careers.
Did you, when you would read Goofus and Gallant when you were a kid?
Yeah.
Didn't you want to be more like Goofus?
Yeah, I related
Goofus
more to
was
the
always
Goofus
like a pretty
character.
cool, normal guy, and Gallant was like this dweeb that you wouldn't want to be around.
Anal retentive.
Yeah.
I want you to lick Goofus's ass. I want you to suck Gallant's cock.
Goofus would have been invited into the room at the party.
That's right,
Gallant,
Brian.
you stay out there and
Out
watch
there.
some TV.
There you go. There's our exclusive interview in Hustler magazine, the July issue there.
I'm so proud to bring that to Mom. And, hey, Mom, why don't you read this periodical that we've done
Periodical.
we've done this interview in.
Show him the...
Just don't turn the page, Mom.
What page is all the snatches on?
Wait, look.
Hey,
Jimmy
all right.
Norton. And Jimmy Norton's got a little picture in there.
My picture.
Big picture in there.
Yeah.
Nice picture in there. And two girls doing what Pat O'Brien was hoping to see.
Betsy and Jay. Her name, we'll just call her Jay.
Lady J.
Lady
J.
J.
Lady J.
All right, turn the page so you get a little treat there. There you go. Hey, there's something.
right.
There's something you don't see every day.
No.
Keep turning there, Brian. We know you haven't looked at one of these in a while.
What in the world?
That's lesbians.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's a dyke scene going on
Okay,
there.
I see where
Well,
this
look at
is
this.
going.
Yeah.
Hustler magazine's plan to solve the Mideast. No.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's some good stuff.
Okay.
That's
All
great
right.
when you get to, take that to your family and, hey, look how well we're doing. We did an interview. Oh, Time Magazine? No, not quite.
I actually had to get
That's good,
I had to get scissors so my mom could read the article.
It had to look like one of those hostage letter.
I had to repaste the whole thing back together because even the pictures in our articles she can't see.
That's great,
Can't see a
man.
girl eating another girl's twat.
You guys should be proud, man. It's great. Good for you guys.
Look at him putting that positive Brian
he always
spin on
does.
it. No, that's good. That's good.
All right, we're trying to show you one more page in Hustler that we've been laughing at. There you go, Brian.
Mm-hmm.
It's Hustlers
31 flavors.
Through the years. They show the style of hair around a woman's most intimate of area throughout the years.
Mm-hmm.
And you can notice during the 70s it was like very gruff, very bushy.
Right. The 70s, like an afro kind of thing.
Uh-huh.
Brian, when did you lose your virginity? 2000, 2001, somewhere around there?
January.
January of this year?
Yeah, January.
Do you recognize any of those styles down there?
I recognize all of them.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite?
Oh, well,
Just name the year.
Yeah, a 96. You can't go wrong with a 96.
You can't go wrong.
Like picking a bottle of wine.
Do
you have any,
96.
Smell it.
Open it
the
up.
96 was a great year. Yeah.
Had a nice aroma, right?
Yeah. Good. What are the good nose?
Good nose. Sure.
Wonderful.
Oh no.
Left a nice taste in your mouth way after the tasting was complete.
Could I possibly say anything clean looking at these?
No. Those dirty places. It's a whole book full of dirtiness.
Let's go to Weave in Oregon. Weave.
Hey, Brian.
Yes,
You
sir.
killed in Portland, Oregon Sunday night. It was a fucking awesome show.
Hey, thanks, man.
There you go.
Appreciate that.
I was really looking forward to seeing you live, and I couldn't have been any happier. It was totally awesome.
Thank you very much. That's very kind.
I've seen Brian Regan at least a dozen times. He never disappoints. He never has a bad night. He's just incredible. He's playing New York all weekend long. The tickets are going fast for his shows at Caroline's. You came from Oregon to here? Well, I guess a few days in between, but
I was in Portland Sunday night, and then I flew here on the red eye, and then I taped Letterman Monday.
Did you?
That's going to air tomorrow night. Actually.
Oh, okay. Nice. Oh, we got to check you out on Letterman.
And then I went home for a couple days to see the wife and kids.
You have more than one now, right?
I have 3 wives.
Yeah,
Two kids.
How old's the young one?
A year and a half.
Oh my God! See, we've been out of touch.
Yeah.
Yeah, little.
I remember the
toddler.
first one. Now you're up to 2. That's great.
Yeah.
All right, let's go back to the tapes here. Pat O'Brien and Dr. Phil. Another clip.
And you don't sound that drunk on the tape.
To me, I did.
You sound high, but you don't sound that drunk.
Well, I had 3 or 4 bottles of wine, 2 bottles of champagne. 2 glasses get me drunk. But you can't stop. The drive in my brain says, don't stop, Pat, keep going.
You sound very efficient, very articulate. But I want to know, because you remember enough about the night to remember your mindset.
I'll take responsibility for every word of that because I did it. That's my voice. But Phil, that is not me. I was fueled up on alcohol. I'm an alcoholic. I'm an addict. I was saying things that, when I hear that, I can't believe I said them. I don't remember saying them. It's so hurtful. I've already blocked that out now. I mean, it's ridiculous.
I'm just not buying it. He remembers making these phone calls.
He's been around long enough to know what he's got to do.
Well, he remembers, in the interview he was saying, I remember being in the other side of the room.
Yeah,
like
he
remembers certain things.
Everything right up to the point.
He doesn't
where
remember
he
any
starts-
of the graphic language. Or...
Yeah, spewing that out. I don't remember. It was me. You could hear the voice is mine, but that isn't me. No, that is so exactly him. That's it. That's him not in front of the camera delivering his gossip on The Insider, whatever the hell show he's on.
The Insider.
Yeah.
His big comeback tonight. So.
Tonight. Gotta watch it because he's probably going to have some kind of a apology.
He'll probably have
mea culpa.
Yeah, he'll have that prepared statement that I hate personally when these guys have that fake.
Oh, we love it.
I don't think he's going to do his show by cell phone.
No.
Well, that's Jimmy had a good line yesterday. all of a sudden the cell phone rings during the Insider. Just kidding, folks, or whatever.
Oh, that's great.
Or I have to make a call. Whatever the line was, but it's really funny.
Yeah, run in the bathroom, make a phone call.
I don't do this for a living. I told you that. Don't I?
That's great.
I'm not a big star. I'm a journalist. And I never for once thought, I'm pulling something over the viewer. I don't know what I was thinking there, Phil.
Nothing ever clicked with you that if I'm given this national platform, I've got to adhere to this standard.
Absolutely. I mean, we have the greatest jobs in the world. It's not heavy lifting. And we're accountable to those people out there. And I know that. I think about that every day. But on this weekend, that you have this craziness that I inflicted upon myself and upon people out there and whoever went on the internet and listened to it, I'm accountable to that.
You mean
and
everybody in the world?
Taking it.
Whoever
I was
downloaded
watching
it.
Andy Griffith, so I didn't hear
you
anything
didn't.
about it. But
The whole world has heard that audio.
Everyone has heard this.
Alzheimer Cowie put that on his website.
It's on his iPod. Download it to the iPod.
Laughing their asses off.
Saying these dumb Americans.
yeah.
What is your opinion of women?
Well, not like that. That's not my opinion of women.
Right.
I work in an office that has more than half the staff are women. And haven't had one problem at work. Not a problem. And I respect women. I respect what they stand for. And if I'm a woman, I don't want to hear that stuff.
Oh, shut up.
But if I'm a caring, a smart, and a forgiving woman, you're going to say, you know what, that can't be him. That can't be the pattern of his life, and it's not.
Yeah, you're hoping.
You respect women.
I still got to get some pussy out there, so I got to, please.
Here's Sean in New Jersey with the obvious line. Sean, go ahead.
Hey, Pat O'Brien should change the name of his show to The Inside Her.
Oh, very clever.
Very nice.
Right.
Very good.
Like that?
When you're sitting there talking to someone like Billy Joel, and you say, tell me what's going on, and he said, out of control, binging, had to go to rehab, nothing ever clicked with you sitting there saying, you know what, I'm worse off than you are, I ought to do what you did.
Well, I've covered everybody who's had problems like that. I always was sympathetic to him and said, hey, I hope you're okay. I was lying to myself.
Billy Joel, I want to ram my car into your house. I want to take my car and shove it into your garage.
Let's go to John.
Just me, you, and Brenda and Eddie.
Wow. Let's go to John in Jersey. John.
You want Captain Jack to lick your ass.
John in Jersey, what's up?
What's up, boys?
Hey.
He used to think the greatest excuse
ever, though, because I got away with the same excuse. Of, when they asked him, I remember making those phone calls. Oh, I don't remember. I was blasted. 2 years ago, a bunch of us had gone out drinking and stuff, and I took my best friend's wife back to her place. He was outside their apartment hanging out, and we went upstairs and we fucked around for her. I never nailed her, but I came really close. The next day I got called out. She's like, well, do you remember what we did last night? I said, what are you talking about? So she goes, well, we messed around. No, we didn't. She goes, yes, we did it. Listen, I was so drunk. I'm sorry. I don't remember it and stuff. And tell you, man, I got away with it. It's been 3 years. I got away with it.
Excuse because it leaves the element of doubt. It's that when you say, I don't remember, I don't know, I didn't do this, I don't know, don't remember it. It's like, all right, I'd love for him to say, yes, I did it, but he's not saying it.
Bill Clinton should have thought of that. I don't remember that.
Yeah, well,
I was smashed.
I want a spooge on your dress. I want to put a cigar in your pussy. I just want to go crazy. Oh, we did? Gotta love it.
All right. Chris, what's up?
Hey, what's going on?
Hey.
I just saw this link on Fark here. It's to like outtakes to that Pat O'Brien Dr. Phil interview.
Oh yeah.
And it's Pat O'Brien. He's talking about going and harassing some donut lady.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Glazed. I want a twisty goo up your ass.
I want a lemon twitter and a honey curl. Wow, that does sound dirty when you put it in that context.
Pat O'Brien incorporating Brian Fitz into his perverted phone call. Yeah, you're gonna want to fuck me. I'm two-plate guy. That's what I am. Me, you, Thunder.
Me and Betsy and you too. You too, in case you come in here. You too. In case you want to join us.
Let's get some drugs, a cup of dirt, me and you.
Maybe some peanut butter and jelly in the same jar. You know where I'm coming from. I want to go crazy. I want to go crazy, man. Get some Fig Newtons, get a Newton chipper.
If you're into this, just put a Pop-Tart in your toaster.
Yeah. When I see that thing pop up, I'll know it's an A-OK.
I think we got like 2 more clips here.
There are those who believe that you fled to rehab to create an excuse, an explanation for getting busted on the inappropriate sexual behavior
Bela Lugosi in the
that
background.
made it onto the internet. True or false?
That's false. I fled because I was dying. I came back home from New York, and when confronted, I said, you know what, I got to go. I've got to go.
But even then, didn't you only go after people learned about these tapes? Didn't they come to your house and do an intervention and confront you? You didn't even know about the tapes, right?
I had no idea.
So you say you did it because you felt like you had to save your life, but you didn't come to that awareness until somebody grabbed you and rattled you finally and said, enough's enough.
Not once did I say, oh, this is a good way to get rid of this publicity, because the publicity hadn't happened yet.
This was not a preemptive strike to try to...
Preemptive strike to stay alive. I went into rehab so I could see my son graduate from college, so I could see my show get better, so I could see me get better. Just saved my life. It's my recovery, nobody else's.
Yeah.
Bullshit. They don't have that rule though. When people are graduating, they don't ask people coming in, have you gone to rehab?
Yeah.
Do you have your certificate from rehab? We can't let you in unless you've gone to rehab.
Let's see my son bring girls home.
Pete from Connecticut has something. Pete, what's up?
Yeah, I don't normally do this, but Brian, I want you to get me tickets to a comedy show at Caroline's, and I want you to grab the microphone, and I want you to make me laugh. I want you to make me go crazy. I want you to tell jokes and tell a punchline. Just make me go crazy. I don't know. I gotta go. Betsy's home.
Guy seems to like your act.
Oh, man, that's funny.
Okay, let's go to the last clip here.
Do you fear that female celebrities that you would seek to interview are going to resist that and say, I don't want to talk to him. He doesn't deserve to talk to me. I don't want to validate him by an interview.
Yeah, it's not a fear. It's a concern. Celebrities are human beings, too. And a lot of these folks have been through their own personal trials and tribulations. So I'm hoping that they have some empathy for what I've been through, knowing what they've been through.
Isn't it supposed to be the other way around? Like now he's supposed to have the empathy when he, blindsides some of these people with things in their personal life, that now he's supposed to go, perhaps I shouldn't be so critical.
And female celebrities don't give a shit. Woody Allen took Polaroids of his fucking stepdaughter, then married her, and they work with him. They don't care.
Where's the problem?
I don't. No. I'm saying that they understand a good man.
I don't know how it's going to work with him going back on that show.
Everyone gets used to it. They don't care.
No one will
It's going to be a novelty tomorrow. You tune in and watch him apologize a little bit.
I think it's one of those things where it couldn't be worse, so it can only get better. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He kind of.
What other tape could possibly come out that would go, man, you thought that was bad? I mean, this is as bad as it can be. You know what I mean? And he's already, trying to get past it.
Calling an elementary school boy.
Well,
the same phone call would probably be worse.
Oh yeah, I guess so.
There's not many things that could be worse, I think, is what you're trying to say.
I heard there was a picture of him beating off. There was a rumor that there was a picture.
Yeah, well,
that's right.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, a picture of him all
jacked up.
Jacked up on coke, sweating and red.
Using his own cell phone to take the picture of himself. Not realizing how damaging this cell phone has been to his life.
Yeah, maybe he should just give away the cell phone.
Right, you got to drop your Verizon plan.
Go back to the old hardwired black phone in his house.
I'm thinking
the one you need to crank and get Sarah on, or climb the telephone pole.
Sarah,
get me Betsy.
I'm thinking I have too many minutes.
Maybe he needs a 2-minute plan.
Yeah, right.
Maybe this free weekend calling is not a good idea.
Sarah, Pat, could you patch me through to Betsy? Yes, Sarah, you're so fucking hot.
All right, we have one more clip here, Anthony. That was the big sit down last night, and I guess Pat O'Brien called Dr. Phil to thank him.
Oh, really?
For everything he did to get his career back on track.
Isn't that nice? And I'm sure we have the exclusive.
Yeah, we have the
phone call.
exclusive audio, Brian.
Oh.
Yeah, listen to this.
What's your objective? What is it you hope to achieve?
I want to fucking eat you and fuck you and suck your cock.
Hey, buddy, you need to slow down.
Bleed off your face.
This is nasty.
I want you badly. I know you want me.
What a creep.
I want to fucking make you come so much.
Any drugs involved?
Let's just fucking have sex and fun, drugs, fuck me, go crazy.
Okay, let's get some hookers and some coke and go crazy.
Get crazy. I don't know why I'm like this.
I'm worse off than you are.
Let's fucking have sex.
Okay, from behind.
I want to lick your cock.
Buddy, you are blowing it. I'll never look at Pat O'Brien the same way again.
Somebody did a bang-up editing job there, man.
That's no
so
editing.
you can tell from that phone call that Pat O'Brien hasn't learned his lesson.
Right. Why would he call Dr.
You know what
Phil
I mean?
and say those things to Dr.
You can
Phil?
tell that he hasn't learned his lesson.
Proves our whole point.
He needs to go back, I think, and have another little sit-down with him.
Another sit-down.
All right, we're going to play one more remix going into break, and then we'll continue with Brian Regan
Absolutely.
at Caroline's all this weekend in New York. What's the phone number? I don't even know if there are tickets available. If they are...
Any tickets left?
Calls...
You don't know either, huh?
I would
I don't know, Brian.
You know what you got to say? You got to go, I'm Brian Regan. Of course it's sold out.
No, I think
Look how humble.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Let me tell you how popular Brian Regan is. Saturday night, he's got 3 shows.
3 shows.
Just to try to accommodate everybody.
One night.
You're doing the 12:30 show.
Oh.
And then what? Wow.
The last time I was at Caroline's, I went to one of these 3-show things.
Yeah.
And I heard it on tape on one of our replays.
Audience of Pat O'Brien.
How Brian was getting a little uptight because the audience is yelling stuff at him. That I remember being in the green room as he's doing shots to try to calm his nerves for a 3rd show. And I'm like, this isn't the Brian I know.
Shut up, motherfucker!
Right.
Actually, you guys have done. You guys have helped me out with that. You kind of put the word out not to yell constantly during performances.
And we really mean it too. I mean, because Brian, his stuff is so good, and he's always coming up. This is what frustrates me, and I'm going to say it again. I heard this on the replay as well, but it's worth repeating. I get frustrated being a Brian Regan fan when I know you got new material. You always do every time I see you. And guys are yelling out old bits that you are going to get to as kind of like your encore or whatever, or your final set of songs or whatever, if you use the band mentality. But they start yelling out stuff, and you are so nice that you're like, all right, and you do these bits, and I know all that new material that you were going to do you're just not going to have time for.
I mean, I appreciate it. What's bizarre is that like you're damned if you do, damned if you don't, in terms of like because some people want to hear older stuff, some people want to hear newer stuff. I did a show one time, you know that feeling, you know, when you have a really great set and you get off stage, you feel good about yourself. I was in Jacksonville. And I had this really good show, and I walk off stage, this woman grabs my arm, and I have this joke about a dog. She goes, "You didn't do the dog! Thanks a lot!"
Oh, God damn.
And then she points to her table. "I brought everyone to see it. Thank you."
Holy Jesus.
Yeah, I'm just like, my God.
Did you punch her in the face?
I was going to say,
hard as you could?
How bad did you want to punch her in the face?
No, I grabbed my cell phone and I called her and I talked to her,
You
to her
talked her
dirty.
down.
Me, you,
talked
the
her
dog.
You, the dog. You know, everybody at your table.
So we encourage you guys to please not
You're
do
there
that.
to see a genius at work. Let him work. Let him choose what he feels is good to do on that evening.
Yeah, people are cool.
No, they're
People out
idiots,
there-
Brian, and we understand
Stink
that.
and you hate them. It's all right.
All audiences, whether it's radio, television, stand-up, they're all buffoons that we hate.
Don't worry, you can say it on the air what you were saying off mic. If you hate them. Don't worry about it.
We call our audience pests. They're pests.
Hey, lady with the dog bit, Brian won't say it, so I will. He hope your legs are severed in a train accident. Fuck you and your friends, bitch.
No, that was off air, Norton. Come on.
We're going to finish up with Brian Regan. We're going to play one more remix here, because this Nathaniel's, right? Nathaniel came up with this one today.
Hello? This is the best time.
I want to fucking go crazy with you.
You're weird.
You're so fucking hot.
That's nice.
I want to fucking eat you.
Yeah.
And fuck you.
Yes.
And suck your tits.
Give me a shiver.
I want to fucking lick your pussy and make you come so much.
You coming?
I want to fucking suck your pussy.
Yeah?
Feed off of your face.
I changed my mind.
Lick your ass.
I changed my mind.
Hire a hooker.
Yeah. I'm gonna go now.
Who doesn't love a nice dip in the tranquil blue ocean? Oh, that looks like a dorsal fin. Carcharodon carcarius, if I'm not mistaken. One moment. Ramon, open your veins.
Calling all freaks.
that would make it worse. That's funny. We're hanging with Brian Regan at Caroline's all weekend long. The phone number, if you want to go see Brian.
212-757-4100.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Wow.
Thank you very much. Yeah, these shows are selling out, though, so don't delay. Just make the phone call now. You're going to see a great show, and it's very interesting. We interview a lot of comedians. We're friends with a lot of comedians, and a lot of times we can't be bothered. We have other things we need to do. Brian, I'm telling you though, man. I mean, Greg from Caroline's, he's losing his mind because he has so many ticket requests from people that work here. He doesn't know what to do. Everyone is going. Everyone you see is going to see you on one of those nights. So
Pat from Moonachie says he's showing up Friday at the 8 o'clock show. Our own Pat from Moonachie is going to be in the audience.
All right.
all right. Why are you mentioning him?
I haven't seen your act in years, man. Probably since the last time we worked together. Me, him, and Voss did Caroline's 5 or 6 years ago. So I'm gonna probably go tonight or Sunday.
I'm doing a lot of your stuff now.
Is that it?
Yeah, it's working really well.
There is something there where you take two comedians that are very opposite and throw them on one show.
Oh yeah. I'm sure Brian's audience would just love. See, the fact of the matter is, Jimmy's audience would absolutely.
They'd love Brian.
That's what I mean. I think there's a way of doing it.
But there's too many people in Brian's audience that would be so offended by little Jimmy.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah. There are people. Remember, we heard the stories. They got upset when you said "damn" or something. You said a word like.
I think he said "shucks."
Shucks.
Yeah.
HE double hockey sticks. And someone was like, your language.
No, there was a New Year's Eve show he was doing, and some woman said something, and he said, "Shut up, you have a face like a clit hood."
Right, yeah, which is my normal comeback.
Your normal
I'll
response.
even say that if someone orders a drink and I overhear
Right.
it. You know what I mean? You got to put people in their place.
Hey, we didn't get the transcripts? We were going to surprise you with something, Brian, but I don't think it's going to happen. And
We didn't get it done.
I don't even think you would be willing to do it. We were
much to
going to
type
get
up
the
once.
transcripts of the Pat O'Brien sex tapes and have you read them.
We're getting an instant feedback. Ramon's back. Completely didn't understand the last Ramon open your veins thing.
All right, good. Let's
Did he
get
get
Steven
bitten by
here.
a shark? Hopefully Ramon has AIDS. Oh, my God.
Well, we
Donates
should-
his blood to Deep Voice Guy. They both get the flu and wither away.
We were listening to the new Ramon promo going in a break, and we had a whole discussion during the break saying, what?
I didn't even hear it. I was tinkling.
Ramon, open your veins. Cozy is starting to lose it. Okay, you've got to explain the Ramon promo. I'm getting all these. What the fuck kind of new Ramon promo was that?
All right,
Ramon,
all right.
open your veins. I'm reading it. Ramon, open your vein. The worst Ramon promo ever. I could go on.
No, don't.
Mixed
You don't have
reviews,
to.
Steve.
Yeah.
This could be the death of the Ramon
Critics
character.
agreed.
And not only that, let me add on a personal level, the voice is different.
What? Wait. The whole part of it? Does the whole thing, or the end part?
Deep Voice Guy. The voice is different. It brought back this flashback of when all of a sudden I turned on the Flintstones, and Fred's voice was different. And as a child, that traumatized me. Because, you're used to Fred's voice.
Right.
I can't do the Fred voice, but everyone's familiar with it.
But it's always a good thing when you take a creative chance, man.
Not changing the voice, because as a kid I turned it on and I heard Barney, hey Fred, we're going to work, and Fred was like, yeah Barney, get in the car. It's like, what the who the
That's not Fred.
That's not the Fred I'm not used to this.
Yeah,
This is not what I'm used
I had a feeling I might have pitched it down just a little too much. It's so
I don't know what you did to it, but
Nah.
it wasn't that,
We hear
and
it?
it was no one understood.
Nah,
what the,
I overthought
setup
it. I
was.
overthought it way too much.
I want to hear the Ramon promo.
All right, we'll
Yeah,
play the
go
Ramon
ahead.
promo.
Let's hear it.
So Steve could explain this. Brian's, you got to set up the bit for Brian.
The Ramon promos are based on the concept that there's this eccentric deep voice guy, and he doesn't really leave his house, and he's catered to. His every whim is catered to by a little South American houseboy named Ramon, and that's it. And Ramon takes care of menial tasks
Doesn't
all
leave
day
his
long.
house. This one was in the ocean. There was another one on the highway.
Yeah.
With a
Well, I mean, he doesn't leave his house much today. He happens to have left
All
the
Deep
house.
Voice Guy does is voiceover work.
Right.
So he gets paid very well, and he can do a lot of this from his house. And he's very eccentric and lets the little houseboy do all of his menial tasks.
I think it's based on the most famous voice guy, right?
It's based
on the
on
movie
a-
trailers.
Yeah, someone told me a story that Don LaFontaine, the guy that does all the movie trailers and some network stuff, really doesn't leave his house. He's got a studio in his house and just bangs out voice stuff all day in his smoking jacket.
Somewhere.
Think he makes a lot of money?
Makes a lot of
That
money.
was the same with Earl Anthony, the professional bowler. He never left his home. He had a bowling lane down in the yeah. He did all his bowling down in the basement.
I like that kind of.
I got an
mentality.
example of the guy that this is based on. All right, it was part of Family Guy's the new episode that was last Sunday.
In the year 33 A.D.
The Messiah! He's gone! Where did he go?
Hang on.
Man, you crazy, Jesus! You crazy!
That's what my ex-wife said.
Oh, the Son of God! You sure are a son of a...
Chris Tucker and Jim Caviezel? Is that it? The guy from the first one? Passion of the Christ 2. Crucify this.
You know how to use one of these?
You know how to use one of these?
This July, let he who is without sin kick the first ass.
That was a great takeoff on the movie trailer.
Yeah,
on
well,
Family Guy.
And that's the guy. That,
And that's him, yeah.
That's him, right?
Yeah.
All right. So without further ado, here's the brand new Ramon promo that really doesn't make much sense.
Yeah.
Who doesn't love a nice dip in the tranquil blue ocean? Oh, that looks like a dorsal fin. Carcharodon carcharius, if I'm not mistaken. One moment. Ramon, open your veins.
Swing and a miss.
Swing and a miss. That was an Achilles pull.
What? Oh,
that was painful.
Highbrow.
Highbrow. The best part of these, Brian, he loves to explain them. So now here's the explanation.
Here's the explanation.
All right.
He just happens to love when he does leave his house. He does, take a nice drive in his Bentley, or sometimes he'll go out into the ocean. Loves swimming in the ocean.
Right.
Very, the salt water keeps him very buoyant.
Crazy person.
Yeah. And of course he's not going to go without Ramon. Well, he happens to be swimming in the ocean, and he sees a dorsal fin. Well, he's certainly not going to stick around for long. But at the same time, he's rather humanitarian and wants to make sure the shark, comes for what he came for, which was a nice meal. So he has to make sure that Ramon.
Oh, is that what? Wait.
It was to protect himself.
I thought it was to protect himself.
It is. But he's not really thinking of Ramon's well-being.
But now he's going to have to get a new guy.
Well, Ramon seems to have survived everything else he's been put through, so I guess he's of the mind that
Ramon doesn't matter. There's
really
a million
irrelevant.
other Ramones waiting to take over. Kind of like that room there. Like those guys are just. There's people waiting to step right in. Why are they giving me the finger?
But Ramon's life hasn't been in danger before. I mean, he's used Ramon's sleeve to wipe his ass. He
put out a cigar in Ramon's mouth once. That wasn't very
hot. Kill you, Brian. This is.
I want to put out a cigar in your mouth.
Yeah. This is going to be on the DVD as part of the extras.
Ah, man.
So it was really, but I think the thought process was we've set the bar so high, and two of them have involved human feces at this point.
Yeah.
So you can only go to the shit barrel so many times.
That's it.
Before and so we were trying to think, well, would Ramon ever put a grenade in his mouth? Would Ramon ever eat a poisoned apple? Would Ramon ever do this? So let's have Ramon get consumed by a shark. That one didn't work, apparently.
What was the official name for the shark?
Carcharodon carcharias.
Exactly.
Ugh.
It's a great white shark. I went and did research. to find out what an eccentric.
Jaws?
No,
I think they use that in Jaws.
Yeah.
One of the lines in Jaws.
It is actually, but
You're
I went and
gonna
found
need a better line.
Is that a type of shark?
It's a great white. A Carcharodon carcharias is a great white.
Okay.
Well,
Ramon, close the beaches.
I don't want that Kintner boy bombing all over the dock.
All right. Oh, there's the music, meaning we have to wrap up.
Oh,
that blows. We're just getting into
having
it, Brian.
Fun today.
Martini Steve, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you for trying.
Yeah, thanks for nothing.
Yeah, man.
Brian Regan's going to be at Caroline's all this weekend. Call 212-757-4100 for your tickets. It's always a pleasure, Brian.
Thank you, guys.
Any last words? We got 35 seconds.
Horse, thumbnail, orangutan.
Those are good words.
Yeah,
Those are good words, sure.
Those are the ones that come to mind.
Yeah, I'm going. Everyone is. Can't wait. Tomorrow.
Just
do a good show.
Thank you, guys.
Hey, I hope this doesn't end up in your act, Could you not say that to anybody anymore? Anyone? How many times do you hear that when you're at a family function or doing something? Hey, I hope this doesn't end up in your act or on your show. Shut up. It won't, stupid.
I only want to hear that from a pregnant woman falling down the stairs.
This concludes our podcast day. The Opie and Anthony Show.